Yeah. Oh, there he is. There's Shakula.
That's me.
Hi.
It's shaking bacon.
Wow, I think I heard that somewhere before.
Wasn't me. It wasn't me. Probably the fake Tyler.
The
What?
fake Tyler.
Oh. The war of the Tylers begins.
Civil War Tyler. Okay, so last session began with character introductions for Zera, Cassidy, and Vaz. Zera, Vera. I'm sorry, Zera with a Z.
Zira.
Like zero, but feminine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 0 with an A at the end. Zera.
Yeah.
Am I pronouncing it weird?
It's more like Zira.
Zera.
Long E. Yeah, there you go.
Zera.
Sounds good.
There you go.
Okay. Session begins with character introductions for Zira, Cassidy, and Vaz. Zira and Cassidy are
Z.
Z.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
No, I
Got
need
it.
to get it right. Zira.
Z. Yeah.
Zira, and Cassidy. I'm gonna keep messing it up, but just keep correcting me.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Are together
That's
at the bar, with Vaz off to the side of a poker game, clearly attempting to help people cheat. Cassidy, in particular, manages to overhear the original group discussing their plans on what to do next now that some of their members have absconded in the night. While Shakula asks Umber what they should do, Gretna decides to go out on the dance floor with Pan following. Eventually, Shakulu and Umber also follow. Cassidy excitedly turns to Zira, saying he is interested in these people who have talked about saving the world. But Zira is more interested in the orrery on the ceiling. Undeterred, Cassidy attempts to get closer to the group to investigate them further, doing so by throwing himself joyfully onto the dance floor. Vaz walks up to the bar and starts a conversation with Zira, mentioning how energetic her companion seems to be. Zira snaps out of her focus and realizes what Cassidy is doing, embarrassedly calling him back. He complies, at which point Vaz offers to buy him a drink, which Cassidy gets spectacularly drunk from. Zira berates Vaz for causing Cassidy's state, but Cassidy just runs off to commit more shenanigans. Umber goes over to the bar after his dance is finished and strikes up a conversation with Zira, but in the middle of it, an avowed enters the bar and publicly hands each person a special invitation. This prompts the bartender to ask if he would be able to watch the group enter the Emerald Doors, as it is not an occasion that happens often. Pan, meanwhile, feels the bag of holding vibrate and goes outside to see what is happening with it, but can't find anything by skimming the surface. They return to Umber and tell him that they are going into the bag. Umber agrees and follows, but Zira, still investigating the orrery, discovers that it is slightly off in its mechanism and that it is most likely a bag of holding causing it, either hers or someone else's. Zira flies to Umber, whom she has given the bag to, and tells him that everyone should go outside because if the bag keeps messing with the orrery, it will cause a catastrophic reaction. Umber agrees and everyone goes outside. Zira investigates her bag and discovers some kind of gritty metal, with Pan emerging soon after to reveal a similar piece of metal but with a tooth. After attempting to subtly identify the two pieces, they magnetically charge at one another, merging in the middle to form some kind of metal-covered jaw. Zira agrees to hold onto the jaw for now and picks it up with a pair of forceps, carefully placing it back into the bag. Everyone heads to the Emerald Doors, amassing a crowd of onlookers. Vaz approaches first, agreeing to uphold knowledge, and then being scanned by the eye above the door, which deems him worthy and allows him entry. Each member follows this procedure, but Umber, Cassidy, and Zira each have an added effect due to them not being from Faerun. Only Cassidy fails his save, so he becomes ill and vomits. Each of the characters is now able to tell the darkest secrets of other people in their parties, but Cassidy couldn't handle the information which caused the illness. Entering Candlekeep proper, the group is met with an astounding sight of enormous, beautifully crafted buildings and structures. They are met on their way up the hill by an avowed, named Irony, who gives them any information they ask for. They discover that the glowing crystal on top of one of the towers is a mythalar meant to keep Candlekeep safe, but which also prevents flying, causing Zira to slowly lower to the ground and being unable to fly until out of range of the crystal. The avowed then offers for the group to be able to share the rooms in the deluxe suites instead of everyone being in separate areas due to differing levels of entry books given. Agreeing, the group follows him to the rooms, getting ready for a rest. That was a long one, sorry. Also, I kept stuttering.
Very well done. Very well done.
I have a question.
Hmm?
Yep.
Are you the only one that's going to be doing recaps? Is this like something everyone does, like in turn?
I usually do them. If you would like to do them sometimes, you are free to do so.
I'm just making sure I do not have that responsibility. You know.
No, I
That was
used
awesome.
to swap. Jess sometimes does it, and I used to swap out with Max sometimes too. But for the most part, I
Uh-huh.
do it, so you don't have to worry about
Cool.
doing it.
Cool. I like this. I like you. Thank you.
Oh, I like you too.
Aw.
Did I finally get close to the correct pronunciation towards the end?
Oh, you know what? We'll work on it.
Zira.
It sounded fine to me.
There you go.
Zira.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. So, right. So at the end, as we were walking up and going through and basically turning in for the night, we don't have any other things to catch up on, right? There were no other things that we need to do for housekeeping. Everyone fell asleep. We don't need to do anything else, correct?
I was just gonna do the check on the dragon shard.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and give me your investigation check on that.
I'm just gonna give him a bardic inspiration.
Okay.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's a good one.
was it investigation? I thought it was an arcana check.
This time it's an investigation check. You've
Okay.
already gone through the arcana stuff and succeeded, so this time it's going to be investigation. So
That's a nat 20.
Nice.
cool. All right. So one of the things that's apparent during that check is that so you already know that this is something to do with there's like a dangerous portion to this that if you're not careful will blow back on you or do something terrible. But the other thing that's interesting that the reason why you had to go through and like do investigations on this and find it is there's a small bit of like puzzle when it comes to this shard. Um, and you're starting to realize that with the right machinations of the weave, that this is actually more of some kind of strange kind of puzzle box. You don't even know how to open it yet or how to manipulate it, but at the very least you know that it's there and something that you can try for tomorrow.
Okay. Thank
Yep.
you.
Yep. Okay. All right, cool. So when you guys wake up the next morning, there's a couple things. So in the tower, first and foremost, there's a couple different landmarks that you're going to be able to look out that are pretty apparent now. First and foremost, from where you're at in the tower up here, there are a couple buildings that stand out between the buildings. This building has some kind of dark radiating aura around it, meaning that light literally like bends into it and dims. It looks pretty frightening and ominous, but that's strange. Also, you can see way off in the distance here, just because it's so prevalent. There's a building that's somehow like also part of a ship, some kind of like wrecked ship or something, and it's all the way down in here. You can barely make off into the distance that it just looks completely like like it's out of place. There is a building with a giant shell on top of it. The shell, when you really look at it, you don't have to make a perception check for this because it's pretty big. It's either a really good facsimile of a real shell or it is made out of real shell, as if it's like a giant nautiloid shell or something. That's a little strange. And then looking out, there are various things that are weird, but they're hard to make out. For instance, this building has like a little park on top of it, which is strange. And there are all these other buildings, as you start looking out, do look like they're amalgamations of buildings that should never exist here. They were just like placed here and then somehow built around to make work. But you can kind of get the impression of um, how confusing this will be to traverse once you're down. Now, the other thing is from where you're at, you can see that there is a building, and it's very hard to see in this photo, but with a giant, literally elder, like red dragon all through it. It looks like a real red dragon. It is motionless, it does not move, but it looks a little frightening. Okay. So
Uh,
go ahead.
oh,
No, go
okay.
ahead.
if we're saying that it's the next day after we were introduced to this place, then
It is. It's morning.
all right, cool. After we're like done going about our morning routines, Shugulu will try to find one of the avowed, preferably one that seems like higher ranked, like one that knows what's going on more or less, and ask them if they've heard about the goings on in the north with the vampire and like the world being covered in frost and stuff like that, and ask them if they have any idea where to find information here that would help in you know pushing that back, like try to fix that.
Gotcha. Do you want to go on your own, or do you want to bring the group? Who else wants to go with Shikulu? And then just make an investigation check to find out, to make sure you can find somebody easily that's like knowledgeable.
Oh, I would like to search it too.
Yeah, I'll
Yep.
tag along with them.
Yep.
Okay.
Group
Anybody-
trip.
Pretty passive.
So everybody's coming? Okay, perfect. Yeah, go ahead and do an investigation check to try to find someone to make sure you find the smartest, most, in the know person.
It's
All
not
of
gonna
us?
be for me.
No,
23 for me.
well, so Shakula's kind of leading it, so it's kind of a
Oh,
group
thank
check.
God.
Yeah,
Thank
Shakula, go
God.
for it and go through. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a net 20.
Okay. All right. Cool. So that's
Yeah.
fine. So Shakula, you kind of give your plan to the group, but you also systematically, when you go down, you basically from your ranks, being in like the military and other things, you're looking for someone who the other avowed seem to be more reserved around, also seem to be like going to for either help or information. And sure enough, after like 45 minutes or so, you are able to find a very important looking avowed, um, and you come up to him, and I'll let you start, Shakula.
All right. Uh, hail, friend. Shakulu Bardus of the Lord's Alliance, and he holds out a hand to shake.
He says, "Hello, Seeker," and he puts his hand out, and he shakes it.
Seeker is right. I am seeking information. I'm sure you've heard of the goings on in the north. What with the death of a god and the ascension of a vampire.
He said, "I have." Um,
Uh, Obviously the Lord's Alliance, from what I've heard, is riding out to meet this threat. And when he says that, he has like a little bit of like looking down, like just sort of like, I wonder how it's going. Shakes himself out of it and just, I was wondering if you had any idea of any information in this fine city that might help in that endeavor.
he says, "Well, perhaps." He says, first and foremost, yes, there has certainly been problems in the north, and it's already come to us. But first, tell me why are you seeking this information, and how can I help in this regard?
Shaklu crosses his arms and like, he seems more pensive than anything. He's not being defensive, and he thinks for a moment. And he says, "Good soldiers follow orders. So the oaths I took require me to protect the land, and that is what I intend to do."
I see. He says, "Well, so I can tell you this: we know that the occupying force that has hit the north um, was completely wiped out. The Zentarum were hired by someone, or perhaps moved on their own accord. We're not exactly sure. Majority of the Zentarum are completely gone. So from what we've been told, we don't have exact numbers of how many were lost. We don't even know for sure that it truly is the majority. But we've been told it is. Hold on one second, guys. And he says, so he said, that said, so the other complication is that a very powerful being um, has also ascended into the north and possibly killed Aril. That is the rumor.
Wait, I only heard about the vampire lore. So these multiple creatures shared in the destruction of this god and benefited from it.
No, actually, what ended up happening was Strahd. You are correct. Strahd ended up consuming Auril. This is a rumor still, but we're still waiting to confirm it. But uh, but no, the Zentarum were actually in the north, and when that happened, a blanket of snow and frost and other kind of magical energies that ended up freezing people solid ended up just wiping out that entire region. Matter of fact, we don't think many people from Ten Towns even survived. But it also took out a large portion of the Zentarum.
I'm assuming out of character. I'm assuming Shakulu would know like Zentarum branch off of the Xanathar. Really powerful
Yeah.
crime group.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, so that's just a rumor, but yes, and they, uh, like publicly, they're just a mercenary force. Privately, like Monsoon leads them, but that's all rumor and speculation. Yeah,
Oh, okay. So he just knows they're a mercenary force.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, if the
Sh-
Lord's Alliance knew that Monsoon led them and they were like, they'd be wiped out already. Yeah.
That's a good point.
They,
That's a good point.
they just go and wipe them out. Yeah, they would just go to war against them, and that's why they don't, because it's all rumor and stuff. Yeah, anyway.
Uh-huh. Shakulu looks a little sad. Like he says, even soldiers for coin are still soldiers. So the Zentarum are gone.
Maybe. At least a large number of them are gone.
Um, I would ask about further goings on right now on the ground. I would, but I need to look to the future. I need to look for something that can help. A weapon, a spell, some sort of, I don't know, anything that could help rectify these disasters.
We do have so this is interesting that you asked this, because we do actually have a tower that could theoretically have a bunch of information about the north. Fortunately, as you will find, Seeker, many of the towers are either closed off, lost, or are in current complication. As a Seeker, though, you do have the ability to help with those towers. You see, at any given time, for the most part, 30 to 45% of Candlekeep is normally inaccessible. And that's because, as you will find, certain doors will lock, and uh and you won't be able to get into the towers through any other magical means. As you'll see, most of the buildings are actually indestructible. Worse, a lot of the doors are sentient, as you'll find. Um, so also, every now and then, a small sect of students, even there are even cults that form within the own Avowed, and everything else will take over knowledge or a tower for whatever reason, and yeah, you have to go through it. Unfortunately, one of such tower that I know exists but has not seen any kind of normal foot traffic for a long time is behind a sentient door, that I could certainly show you where it is on the map, but good luck getting in. You'll have to figure that out on your own. But yes, that would have information not only about Icewind Dale and about the history of that entire nation, but certainly probably a way to deal with maybe what would happen if a real were to ever die. How it could probably explain the whole process. There is another tower where you could learn about the domains of dread. That tower is completely closed off, usually forbidden, but not to you, not to your group, as a word does travel fast here, and you have first reader secret privileges. So that means that you can go to any tower you'd like. And it's very dangerous, and that's why you'll see not all these towers are safe. Even getting ancient, even coming into contact with some of these towers is not safe. But you'll see. But by all means, you could also find information there as well, because obviously Strahd came from the domains of dread. Finding a way to maybe end Strahd, well, it would only be in that tower if it even exists at all.
Uh, uh, when he says, of course, Strahd comes from the domains of dread. I'm gonna say he doesn't know what that is, and he goes, right, and he looks at Umbra like, um,
Shake my head.
Just
um,
remember, he says, just remember though, before you go into any of these towers, just remember the credos. And I say this as a friend, not as a threat. But most important rule from the Avowed: Those who destroy knowledge with ink, fire, or sword are themselves destroyed, even if you destroy texts within self-defense. By all means, never ever destroy a tome. Otherwise, unfortunately, the Avad would have to carry out that act. So just keep that in mind too. That's the most dangerous part. No matter what, you do not want to destroy texts. Sometimes demons or other things lurking within towers know this rule. And by the way, if the same goes for them too, we would bring the full fighting force of the Avowed on any demon that would ever destroy a book. But if they have been known to use books as uh, shields and other things, so just keep all that in mind. We are
Uh,
magically compelled to destroy. So you would get destroyed and the demon because they would also be guilty of destroying that text if they were using it in an inappropriate way to shield themselves.
oh, interesting.
Yeah,
So you
so keep that in
mentioned
mind.
so you mentioned a living door guarding the secrets of
There are many
Ariel,
of those. That's right. There are many of the towers have sentient doors. Yes.
but you didn't mention any of the things guarding what sounds to be a much more closely guarded things about these domains of dread. Is there anything we could expect in that direction?
Well, so I don't believe the door is sentient there. I do. It is magically locked, and I do know that being around that tower for any prolonged period of time can actually kill you. But I've heard that once you get inside the tower, that effect does wear off. It has something to do with the stones on the outside. It's very hazardous to your health. As a matter of fact, we've had. You'll see this place is dangerous. You have to be careful. It's why we also don't just let everyone come in either. It's also for people's own good sometimes as well. So most people stay away from that tower. It's too toxic and dangerous. But that said, once you get in, yes, there is forbidden knowledge there, specifically that ties to the domains of dread.
Well, Shakula, you went ahead.
However, there are many buildings. So many buildings and many towers. So that's just two out of maybe more than 100. So
We really didn't discuss like what we're here for. We maybe should have decided that a little bit. I mean, Chakula, I'm all for you finding stuff to fight this, but there's other things too that we could all be looking at the same time. So you all want to do this today?
There's an active war going on. I would very much like to focus on this, but
No,
like I
this
said,
today. Absolutely, I understand.
yeah, yeah. If there's anything else that comes up, I would rather stay with the group than anything else. Strength in numbers.
I still don't know why I'm here. I was kind of absorbed into your group with Cassidy and our other friend, but I didn't come here with them. If I'm going to be honest with you.
Okay,
True.
we can give you a quick rundown. Pause. Yeah,
Which,
maybe
yeah,
Umbra. You're kind of smart. You could probably do it best.
I mean,
Umber.
Okay, Pan, you're a bard. You can do it even better.
I just don't know how good of an idea it is considering you went from let's go to the smartest person to let's go to one of the stupidest people in the group.
But you're the best talker.
What? Sorry, what did you need me to? For some
Uh,
reason, my microphone wasn't working. What did you just wanted me to explain? Like,
The different possibilities of what we're looking for here. I mean, I'm thinking that it's out of character. I'm thinking that it's the thing that's happening with Strahd and Aril and up north and the problems with that. And it's also the Jace thing and the Planeswalker thing. I find out different information. So he doesn't understand any of this. He's totally new to everything that we have choice
yeah,
to figure out.
yeah. There's everything we have going with up north. We can also, if we wanted to, kind of indirectly investigate the north. We could also look into, um, you know, technology like the Kraken's Folly, and if Flimp and his crew, if any of them are famous enough to be that strong, they might have some sort of something about them in this library. We can definitely investigate the north and everything that's happening, the planeswalkers, other planes, Yeah, I tried putting it together in the OneNote, but yeah, that's basically all it.
I mean, out of character, I know. In character, don't have a reason for being here. I just kind of got
Well,
absorbed with everybody else, so I'm trying to wrap my head
well,
around
what,
everything.
well, Vaz, what are you here for? What do you want to find out?
Why did you
I
come
mean,
here?
Yeah.
well, it's pretty glaringly obvious that I'm not like any of you. I mean, appearance-wise, at least, you know, my race isn't anything I've seen before. I have weird fractured memories of people and things that I can't explain or really get into by all that much. But I had tomes and books with me that, or I guess memoirs of myself, you could say, that I handed over to get admittance here to try and find a way back home. Although might end up being a fruitless search in the long run.
So you're trying to get back home, is what you're saying.
Yeah, or at least to figure out what happened to my friends and family when I left.
Interesting. Quest of the Self, I guess. Uh, but if it's all right with everybody, I would at least for today focus on the task at hand.
Mm-hmm. If
I think that's wise.
yeah, that's
I'm
fine.
with you.
I'm with you too. There's one thing though that I keep coming back to every time somebody says something that I would probably be best off to help everybody if I could maybe find something to help improve and enhance my ability to heal. So if there's any way to do that, find a book or a place here, then I could help with the war. I could help with your memories, maybe. I think that would help everybody a lot, often, just all
Uh,
around. So I'd kind of like to try to do that.
Shakula looks at the avowed leader, assuming he heard them.
Yep.
He heard Gretna.
Yeah, he says, well, he says, this is one thing that I'll tell you for certain. There's only one place in the world where, to my knowledge at least, new spells are invented or discovered, and that's within our walls. That is not always a easy process, and it's certainly not a safe process. But if there's anywhere where you might be able to seek knowledge that just doesn't exist anywhere else when it comes to not only radiant magic, but many other forms of magic, especially things maybe that have to do with tier, this is the place. So yes, that's certainly a possibility.
I look over at Umbra and say, and just kind of like looking at him like I know he wants magic too, probably. So yeah.
Yes. Also, I think it would be important to note we did find a journal mentioning the return of the Faerun.
Mm, really?
Yes,
Do you still have it on you?
I do, but it's dangerous to touch.
Interesting. Well,
I
that is certainly a problem. He said, so there is a tower, and he says, do you have a map of Candlekeep? By the way, you do. All of your books will now, if you look up into the like beginning of your book, it's going to be the entire library, just like you see within Albert Rodeo.
I will also. I don't have spells. Hmm.
But I don't know if he was finished with me, like telling me where I can find some of these places where we can, uh, the towers maybe where he could point me to get new spells.
Yeah, he'll point to he'll use this as an he says so if you show him a map, this is what he's going to say. First and foremost, for you, Retna,
Mm-hmm.
you would need to find a way to get over to here. Um, and he's going to explain to you that even though it looks easy, like you just go down and through the alleyways here, it's not going to be. It's not going to be that easy. And you'll see why. But this over here, this golden building with the dome that has the, that's a place to start an investigation there. However, for you, Umbra, he said to try. He said the best thing to do is to try to gain entrance into this building. It's completely closed off. The whole building is enchanted. There are many sentient things. The building itself is probably alive. And he said, I don't, if you go through and look closely from your room out in the tower, you can actually see that eye move. So, but he said, unfortunately, all of you are asking for things that are in the dangerous category. There are certainly like library towers and library rooms that are open today that are not going to cause any kind of like puzzle or danger or anything. But he said, as a matter of fact, this entire ward here, semi-dangerous. It's hard to even gain entrance or get behind these walls and stuff. But he said, you can certainly try. This is what he does point out to you. He says, Umbra, this is one of the oldest buildings in Candlekeep, so just be careful. If you look closely, you'll notice that this building is built into the wall itself. So be very careful when dealing with this building and its spires. This is multiple towers, by the way. All of these are closed off. All the blue is closed off. The only ones, and he'll tell you this, you can't actually gain entrance into this building here. It's open. But even if you were to walk out into this area here, you'd have to do that at your own risk. So.
And what about information of Aril's destruction or the vampire?
Yeah, he said so. He said it's going to be in the smallest tower here, but this entire area is closed off. Each of these towers is different, he said, but for your purposes, all you need to worry about is this small tower on the side for Icewind Dale.
Is that one also built into the wall?
It's touching it. It's not built in though. This one's just touching it. It's not actually built into the wall, but this whole thing is built into the wall here. He said, that said, unfortunately, to gain entrance to this tower, you need to gain entrance into the building overall, and that's a whole other thing. But he said, but this will go through Icewind Dale. Matter of fact, you'll be able to find all kinds of written histories. The main tower has a bunch of written histories in the cities. I know Luskin, Neverwinter. Those books have been lost, but are in this tower. So.
What
And
would be preferable if I handed over the journal talking about the Faerun to you now, or should I touch base with someone in that building you pointed me towards?
He said it's up to you. I would love to have knowledge of the Farum coming back. The Farum were a huge problem, and I would get many avowed to try to figure out the secrets of that book so that we could, gain its knowledge. But of course, you could if you wanted to. Go and find. He said, I am the first reader of the minor ward in this area. There's not very many people that outrank me, but it is possible that you could find someone that's also equally as helpful within this building. I would prefer to take the book, but it's up to you.
Okay, well,
You mean
let
take the book
let me
or
do it now while I
borrow
have the
the book?
chance.
Well, I'd have to take it. I could give it back to you, but the problem is that this is probably not going to be something that's going to take just a day. I imagine this book is either cursed or powerfully enchanted.
Well, I mean, if it's like an important book, would that give us immediate second access to Candlekeep if we ever get bad?
So if you're looking to like barter and trade for maybe extended visitation, he said, first and foremost, I will be honest with you. The way that you've already been inducted into Candlekeep is rare. Normally, you only have a 10 days worth of visit. You have to do all of your research within those 10 days, and then you are never allowed back until you find another book. That said, with yours, you have been given a standing 3-month invitation that can be renewed. You could try to barter a permanent space within Candlekeep. Obviously, we wouldn't give you permanent room and board; that would have to be paid for. But that said, permanent admittance into Candlekeep is a possibility. And if you would like to, if this work does turn out to indeed be what you say it is, you could of course try to barter something like that for sure. Stranger
I
things
look
have happened.
longingly at everybody like, yeah, try that.
Let's shoot for that. And I'm going to reach into my backpack and I'm going to pull out the journal.
Okay. So this is what he does. He takes out a very thin, translucent piece of paper, and he has a gold pen that when he writes on it, writes in it's actually glowing red script, and he writes out a very quick and hastily buttering contract that explains. He'll give it back to you, Umber, so you can read it. What it does is it explains that you are giving him and Candlekeep proper this book to do investigations on. If the book is what you say it is, then he will hold something called it's called the Seeker. It's called the Trial of the Seeker. And what that is it's an inner thing. He can't make the decision on his own. Other very like senior members within Candlekeep would make the decision. If it's deemed that between this contribution and the next contribution and the one you're giving him now, if that really is important enough to make a significant difference within Candlekeep, then yes, he writes down that they will give you permanent admittance into Candlekeep.
That sounds.
I think that sounds fair.
Out of game, so you guys know, permanent admittance into Candlekeep does actually have way more benefits than just access to the library, because Candlekeep is the only place where you could theoretically, if things go terribly wrong, Candlekeep is the only canon location that could survive the equivalent of things like nuclear blasts or world-ending things. Candlekeep would still stick around.
That's thank
Now,
Yeah.
yeah, now granted, if the whole planet gets destroyed, no. But everything else Candlekeep can withstand. So anyway, okay.
Vaz, you fell into the right group.
I really
Funny
like
enough,
that switch.
I,
You fell into the wrong right group.
It's weird. I've got a weird sense of deja vu. Let me tell you that.
Yeah, if nothing else, we have a nuclear bunker now.
Yes, I'm going to hand it over. I'm going to explain exactly where we recovered it from. The person that we suspected that was doing the recovery, I'm going to tell him all about the mayor, and just kind of what we suspected. I'm not going to mention anything about CO or her brother, but I'm just going to kind of mention that he was kind of dipping a toe into the abyss, and that's how he was kind of investigating what he was doing. So.
I will say when Umbra gets to the parts about the demons ransacking the town, Shukulu, arms still crossed, like you can hear like the leather on his gloves, like his fists tightening.
He does say, if perhaps you don't want to do dangerous things and you do want to just enjoy your time at Candlekeep, might I suggest, and he shows you. Now, we're not exactly sure how they get in or out, but I can tell you this. One very guarded, well-known secret is that in this area over here, which is relatively easy to get to, every now and then, at around 9 o'clock at night, it has been known that there have been unicorns about. Again, we don't know how they get in or out. Now, the other thing to keep in mind, just be respectful. There is a graveyard here, and the inhabitants are avowed that have been known to walk still in ethereal form. So just be respectful. But other than that, this is a very safe area. And like I said, it's a very little known fact, but yes, indeed, I have seen one myself, glowing real unicorns. We don't even know how they get in and out. They're the real deal, though. Anyway, hope that was helpful. I will get started writing this book immediately. You can always try to find me again. For now, I have my work cut out for me, and I do need to get have
Did we catch your
many
name?
people.
Yeah, did we catch the name?
He hasn't given it to you. He said, "Oh, of course." He said, "My name is." He says, "I'm sorry. My name is Pip Yap."
Chris, can you spell
You
that?
wouldn't happen to be able to spell that, would you?
Yeah, it's Pipyap. I had to look it up, guys. Sorry. Yeah, Pipyap. Yep.
Is he
Oh.
human?
Great name.
Dwarf? Elf?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. He's an elderly human. By elderly, he's like 60. So he's not that old, but he's 60. Yeah, he's he also he seems very excited, but he doesn't touch the book. He actually has some kind of magic, clearly, because as you as you like hand him the book, he takes it. It's not mage hand; it's something else, and it floats in front of him. And he starts to walk off.
So
this place is already great. Let's go.
I'm assuming because we're kind of in an anti-magic field, the book didn't do anything. If I touched the book and handed it over to him, do I feel anything?
Nothing. You don't feel anything. But apparently that anti-magic rule doesn't apply to the Avowed. So and he's using magic.
If we could, as we
Yep.
have time, I don't need to go anywhere overly dangerous. I would like to find some type of tome or books on the zoology of some of the animals around here.
Oh, as he's walking, he says, "Oh, of course. Well, so that tower, little mishap happened, but I'm sure you could probably help or figure it out." And he shows you before he leaves. There's an entire. He says there's a tower over on this side that has an entire aviary, almost zoo. You'll see. You'll just see. Go and check it out. But he said it's quite a sight. That said, animals are constantly getting loose. You'll see that they're always looking for people to help. But it's this one here.
Well, I appreciate the last second information.
Yeah, and he walks off.
All right.
So Shakula, we do what you want to do today. We go to the little tower that's going to be really hard to get into and probably kill us, but that's okay. Then we go hang out with unicorns and dead people, right? Right? Everybody on that board with that? I want to do that.
I think that sounds wonderful. I think that sounds absolutely wonderful.
Okay.
I heard they're really nice. Shakulu gets a little excited, like unicorns, right? Like from fairy tale books. Seriously?
Right?
We got unicorns where I come from.
Are they nice?
Oh yeah, but they don't come around. They're a bit snooty.
And Chris, just one more time, the building he was pointing out for me.
I marked it with a big black U right next to Great Library.
Okay, that's what that was. Thank you.
Yeah. It's the one with the giant eye on it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
I will say though, because like things useful to you were close to things that would be useful to me, we might as well go there. Because I'm understanding that correctly, right, Chris? Like to get to
Yeah.
that tower, we have to go through the Great Library building.
Well, you're not exactly sure. You don't know for sure. It's going to get confusing as we go down, but we'll detail it out once we get closer down there.
How high
It
are the
looks like
walls
it.
in general?
Yeah, from where we're at, it looks like it. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
How high are the walls in general?
So these walls, that's a great question. These walls here, the outer walls, are 140 feet high. So that means this building is several stories high. So it's almost twice that large. So these are towering buildings. Yeah, these buildings are massive.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
That's like 200 feet up or something.
Exactly. Like
at the
200
lowest
almost.
part.
Exactly. These are like that's what makes Candlekeep so incredibly impressive when you're walking around is even these smaller buildings, because the map is built this, even the smaller buildings are like, this is like a 6-story building. It's nuts. Like it's really like crazy big, and Exaltation in general is its own castle in its own right. So it's just this massive place.
Got it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got like a moat seeming to generate inside the castle walls.
Yeah, this tower we're in, like if I'm understanding the scale correct, it's like Empire State Building levels of huge.
Exactly. As a matter of fact, I'll show you guys later. I don't want to dig through it now, but I'll show you later the actual art where you're standing. There is a couple pieces of art where you're standing far away. You can see how massive this spire really is. It's massive. This whole thing, especially the blue glowing thing. It's like you could see it for miles. So.
All right. Well, I think we reached a consensus that we're gonna head over to the Great Library and try to get in to the building that will probably eat us.
So. Yep. So let's do something real quick here.
I'm not sure if that would be a good or bad thing. Whenever you open a door, it makes a swallowing sound. Go.
I'd let this place eat me.
You're free.
Right. So this is I'm going to show you. So I'm going to show you. So if you guys go to Alvar Brody, I'm going to show you a different map with a different like sizing to it. So as you can see, it does get incredibly complicated to start navigating. But let's start through this. Don't worry about putting your tokens on this. This is just I'll give us back the other map in a second. So
This one
Uh,
doesn't look like it's built into the wall, though.
Yeah, it's a mistake.
Okay.
It's an actual mistake, and the reason why is because the artist who did this, they commissioned this before, like they had gotten Ed Greenwood's involvement, so it is what it is. They were using the Wizard of the Coast map as a thing. What this is supposed to be, in like the original maps, is that you see this over here. This building goes all the way back into the wall. And that's also why, by the way, the coloring is different too, but it doesn't matter. So anyway, this building actually is all throughout here, and then that's also why you see these small towers that you don't actually see from the other thing. So it's a mistake. Everything else, though, I did look at this before. This is a DM's Guild reference, by the way. The reason I'm running with it, though, is because Ed Greenwood himself is the one who actually wrote through this. And again, this was before they got Greenwood, unfortunately. But and they didn't have enough money to redo it. But everything else is pretty good. So let's see. So anyway, so this is what you'll have to do. So you guys go through Exaltation. You have to walk all the way down through this area here. Then you have to go through these courts, which will go down into the main. That there's actually a little inlet that will go down into the main places here. And as you can see, this building, the actual red dragon hugs the entire tower of this building. But let's go through like one by one and go through it. So as you guys start to go through and walk to this area, first and foremost, the streets are pretty busy with Avowed. It's mostly Avowed. You don't see many people in your robes at all. You see there are around, just in this area, there are around 30 to 40 Avowed walking back and forth as if they know what they're doing. Some of them are actually hurried in the sense that you might even gather that they're late. And they're going through and like doing like different other routines. A lot of them out of the 40, like there's a good 10 or 20 that are actually just keeping up grounds in this area as well. And as you guys start to walk through here, you notice that there is a brilliantly odd, amazing building of just pure blue orb-like glasses, and these orbs slightly turn around this entire building. It's very, very interesting. And when the light hits it, the entire area is engulfed in blue light. So you get bathed in this blue light. It's just a gimmick from the reflection of the sun, but the whole area is like bathed in this blue. And then there's this other thing with this giant like green crystal going through it. Now that you've gotten to this point, someone's going to have to be the leader, and you're going to have to make either survival checks or investigation checks to go through and actually do real, like, to try to find your way around. And you'll see why in a second.
I
don't
do
mind.
survival checks if you want. Yeah.
They do different things. So if you're doing a survival check, this is what you're actually doing. If you're doing a survival check, you're looking at all the people, all of the like basically like the throughways and stuff, and you're trying to find the best route through without getting lost. If you do an investigation check, you're basically mapping everything out in your mind, looking at your map and trying to get through without getting lost here. It is incredibly easy for whatever reason to get lost within Candlekeep. So it's up to you guys. You guys have to make a decision.
Well, as a group, or
yeah.
do some of us do one, some of us do another?
So no,
I mean,
so
Cass could jump ahead and investigate, and if he gets lost, whatever. That's pretty typical for him.
yeah, this is not going to be a group. This is not going to be a group check. It's going to be you guys are just signing a leader, and you're just following that person. You can if you want to make it a group check. It's harder though.
Cassie's got a 23 passive investigation, so if you want him to go and kind of jump along, I'm happy to let him go. So he's eagerly like, "Oh, let's go! I'm ready to roll."
Yeah, I've got a decent perception, so I can try and keep eyes on him.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would like the investigation just because it's specifically using the map, so we'll get to where we're going.
Yeah.
God knows what we'll run into on the way. Yeah.
So you got to hand him a map, and he has to understand the map fairly well, I suppose, and try to find his way. I'm late.
But you can use your passive in this if you want. Yeah, that's actually a good reason to have a passive. Yeah. So Cassidy, you don't have the same map in your book. So if you open it up and start looking through it, and you already have a really good sense of direction, so you can go through and this starts to make sense for you. You start to like build this kind of like 3D model in your head.
In my head, I'm Sherlocking.
Yeah, exactly. And you're like and obviously you're going to be curious and go through it. So you tell me. So looking at the map, then, so 23 is good enough. Just kind of give me an kind of rough idea. Obviously, you can't see exactly how to get to the map, and it's done that way on purpose. But how would you like to get to here? And to show me, you can just click on the little laser pointer, and you can actually mark up the map.
Show
with
me,
laser pointer.
show me here again. Okay, how to get to there? I think.
Well, no, how to get to here. And if you look at the laser pointer, just if you click on that little teardrop thing, it'll give you a laser pointer that you can use yourself.
I think you can just
Okay, yeah.
right-click also.
Oh yeah, you might be able to right click too. Yeah,
if you
you're right.
right-click, it'd be good.
There you go, right click, yeah. So you're over here. So just show me in general how you'd like to get there.
Okay. I think if and we're trying to get to the dot, it seems like we
Right
could
here.
go kind of
Yeah.
up the stairs and around past the book thing and along the kind of walkways above.
Yeah. So just show me
or
right. So just show me
yeah.
right. Just mine's red. So just show me how you want to get through here, and just show me on the map what you want to do. What color is yours?
Red. So, but I
Okay.
can't talk and click at the same time, so I'm not going to talk while I'm clicking. So just look
That's
where
fine.
I'm going. But
Sure.
we're kind
go
of in the
for it.
middle, and we want to go to the top right. So
Yep.
it seems like we could go east and then up through that kind of green crystal.
Oh, we lost you. Green what?
Yeah, that's fine if you show me. I assume that's you. Okay. Yep. Keep going.
We're not going. He's going the wrong direction.
Yeah, we're
No,
going.
it's as long as he gets to here, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Where are we starting from again?
Back here.
Right
So
here.
I'm red. I'm red as well. So you can look at mine.
Yeah. So we're gonna go toward the green crystal and then kind of go from there. And I'm thinking we can go somehow through to find our way north.
We're going west.
We could also come up here and go down this way, right?
Yep. That is another possibility.
That seems like a straight shot. I'm cool with that. If y'all want to kind of do a straight shot from there, he'll jump ahead, and we can
Well, what
continue
about
from there. Yeah.
through here?
Yeah, and then we can go like this way, past these crazy stairs.
Yeah, that works. Yeah, just point him
So-
that way, and he'll go running off.
So this is what you find, Cassidy. So Cassidy Cassidy hops through here. You guys follow him, and you're careful, Cassidy, not to lose them. As you get down to this area here, and you start looking, so there's hundreds of evals in all of these areas. This is the first challenge you find. So as you get into this square here, you notice that there's a wall that not only penetrates this area, but there are two larger towers in this area here, and then there's a wall all the way around. It looks like to gain access into this area here, you have to go through this building. So you can tell them all of them that.
That seems like the way to go. Maybe I can inspect. I can kind of maybe use a little stealth too, and
Okay.
move in there and scout it out and see if there's a way for us to kind of get over that way.
Yeah. So as you come up, you notice that there is a small gnome in purple robes, but the robes themselves are actually styled very differently from the Aval robes that you've seen before. They have red lines that go through all of them, and there's a bunch of Aval listening to him. And you kind of blend in, Cassidy. You try to kind of blend in to go through it.
Yeah, I'll listen.
Yeah, and you listen in, and he is talking about finding. So what's happened is he says, it'll be totally fine, and don't listen to those stupid avowed that just wants to hold you back. But I need volunteers to go to the far realm. The library there that we lost is utterly amazing, and it will be totally fine and totally safe. Don't listen to the rumors of the students that have died before. And at that point, he notices you, Cassidy, and he says, can I help you?
Oh, no. I just came for is this the library? And then he just sort of fumbles a bit, like, you need someone. Yeah, you need someone to get your books.
And he says, let's go inside. And he brings in all the there's like 20 of these avowed they're all younger, by the way. They're running for between like maybe 19 to 23, and he ushers them inside and he shuts the door on you.
Oh, I might come inside with them. Is it possible for him to sort of?
Just make a
He's
stealth check.
small.
Yeah, make a
He's
stealth check.
small. Like,
Make a stealth check and see if you can do that while he's doing that and see.
I'm doing my rolls and beyond. If that matters. Or on a Vray.
Yeah,
25.
that's fine. That's fine. 25.
So
All
he
right.
tries to slips in. He's small. He
Yep.
tries to kind of slip in with the small kids and sort of.
Yep.
He kind of looks back at the rest of the group before he goes in, like, "I'm going in. I'll be right back."
Oh no!
Yeah. So you totally make it until so he doesn't even notice you until you get to the threshold of the door, and the door literally slams shut in your face. Make a dexterity saving throw. It also hits two of the avowed, by the way, because they were right next to you. But make a dexterity saving throw. They're making them as well. All right. You take
I fumbled
it literally
hard.
it literally slams in your face, and and by the other two also fail their save, and they are bloodied as well. And so you only take 6 points of damage actually.
Okay.
They take a little more, and they're like bleeding going through it as well, but they're like completely stunned. And one of them looks at you, and he says, "Oh, he says, this is an avowed only building. Look what you did to us. Jeez!" And he like is wiping his face with blood.
How am I supposed to know?
And one of them says, "Great, now we're never going to get into this." And they're actually pretty upset, and they're talking amongst themselves. But one of them also whispers, and you hear the faintest of this, Gus. He actually says something like, "Don't, we shouldn't be mean to these people," and they kind of walk off.
Well, he tries to sort of look apologetic for like 2
Now,
seconds, and then
this is
he'll
what you
run off.
see. Yeah, this is what you see with your passive 23 investigation. So as you're going through and looking to, you do notice that there may be another way around this. So you may not have to go into this building. It looks like what you
Okay.
can do is you can actually get into this building potentially here if it's open, because you can tell there's like a
Along the
little.
grass.
Well, actually no, there's actually a door on top here, and what you could do is you could walk
Oh,
along this area and possibly get into this building and get down to the courtyard.
got
So you
it.
don't
Okay.
have to go into this building if you don't
All right.
want.
I'll lead the gang over that way and try to
Well,
make sure it's
yeah,
clear.
they by the way, everyone saw what happened, so you guys can react.
Yeah. He tries to look cool, like it didn't hurt, and he's fine, and don't worry about him.
What did we learn?
Oh, this is like, well, it seems like there's some kind of a cult going on there. Weird, but not like the other vows. Like he was talking smack about the vow. I don't like that guy. And you, well, they almost.
Is he cutting out really badly for anybody else?
Yeah,
Yes,
It's cutting out for me too.
I didn't know if it was
yeah.
just my internet.
Yeah, his voice was like steadily decreasing
Yeah.
in quality. It was kind of funny.
The magical effect.
You
I
might
would
want to try
suggest
This way.
Nick. Yeah, Nick, you might want to try to get out and get back in. It's something weird's
Yeah,
going on.
your connection's being really spotty. We can't hear you very well.
Bad connection. All right.
Oh,
Let me
wait.
try getting out and in. Sorry.
oh,
That's my boy.
What did we
Alright.
learn? Not a damn thing.
don't bloody the librarians.
Now, Evie, I don't know if you are on the train right now, because I know you wanted to. Did you want to be with the group? If not, don't worry. I'll assume you're on the train and you're here.
No, I'm here, but I'm not with the group. I was hoping to roleplay before, but I didn't realize it would take this long, so I don't think I can actually talk. It's really noisy.
That's fine. We'll say you're following along. That's fine. That's not a big deal. All right. So
Oh no, I'm definitely not with them. I'm
Okay.
not.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
She's checking out the bakery wing of the library.
Okay. So all right. So cool. So he does it. So Cassidy explains all this to you guys. Do you want to try to get into that tower?
Is this better?
Yeah, that's way better. That's way better. Yeah.
I had to reset the whole thing. It's weird. Sorry. And around. If everyone trusts to follow him.
Yeah, we're following you.
Yep.
I'm following you anyway. Gonna
Okay.
better
All right, so you walk into that. So if you go through and try to open up the door, this is a very it looks like it might even be a legal library because when you walk in, everything is orderly, but the books are all splayed out on the sides of it, and they have strange numbers, strange characters, and then they have like they look like they have designated places associated with them. There is, however, a big sign when you walk in that says Laws in Legal Studies of Faerun.
Ooh, might be useful.
I feel like this group needs it, having known you.
What? You know nothing.
Not you.
Laws? So what are these laws you're speaking of?
That's
How do
right.
they work?
What's a law?
They they're rules imposed by our leaders to follow. Are we still going towards the tower with the frost god information?
Yeah, I think the shortcut is just supposed to lead through this tower because we go through this tower and then we end up like through the pathways.
Right. So
That is correct. Yep.
we're looking for how to get into this tower then.
Yeah, so and as you look around, this is a square building. It is what looks like 8 stories tall. And then when you look up into the back of it, the only thing that you realize is that you kind of are going to have to either sneak up the library, like up the stairs, or maybe do a distraction or something, because there are Avowed that are going through, and that is clearly a kind of like do not enter, back off kind of area. It's not something that most seekers would just have access to get up into those things, but you'll just have to figure out a way to get up there, go through it. This is why Candlekeep is just a disaster mess. The good news is, out of game, once you guys figure out a way to get to a location, and depending on how you got there, then we go through and I can tell you how much time. You don't have to go through this every time. But when you're exploring regions first, you have to go through all these.
I mean, I have a hammer, and pitons. Can we scale the building
Yeah.
itself?
That is one thing to think about. You could actually scale the wall. So if you don't want to do it that way and you want to try to literally scale the wall, as long as you can, you would know this. Scaling the wall is going to be frowned upon. Especially given the fact that there are Avowed that are like beautifying the area and everything. That said, if you can find a dark corner or something, yeah, you could totally do it. You just don't want to get caught scaling the wall with Pythons. You don't want to be
do
yeah.
nothing like that. I think we can do it with our own heads.
I
Without
mean, just
breaking
trying
any
to get in.
rules.
All right.
Well, not everything's gonna be easy. Did you expect it to be a cakewalk? We were told the library would kill us, and you're in a rush to get there.
Mission first, but I guess there's some fun to be found in the journey. So how are we gonna convince them to let us in?
I don't know. Words would be a good start, and I'll look towards Pan.
I look towards Pan too.
I'm good with animals, not so much people. Although some people are a little more than animals.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm a little lost.
are animals.
What are we? Who are we trying to convince?
So between us and where we're going, there's a tower that seems to be full of legal precedents and laws and like stuff like that.
Okay.
It is full of Avowed, and it is an Avowed only area. Like you basically have to be like a member of Candlekeep.
Okay, so I'm trying.
Right, so you
trying
can get into the legal library. You can get into the legal library, but to get to the staircase that gives you access to the wall, that is off limits.
I might actually have an idea for this.
Have
Okay.
we thought about this way?
I mean, if what I have to try fails, we could try doing that, can't we?
Yep.
We're already
I'm a
here.
li-
We might as well try this.
I'm a little scared about what you're trying, but all right.
Yes, I am also nervous.
Well, it's funny enough that you're nervous, little. I'm sorry, I don't know your name. And add a character, Amanda.
Well, I am the name that I'm usually referred to is Pandemonium, but you can call me Pan.
Oh, okay. Well, and then I'll extend one overly large hand down to you. Well, I mean, my friends and family called me Vaz, but well, I didn't really have a name there for a while.
I will.
I'm not,
I
as I
will also
said,
shake your hand.
not from here, so I think I could use knowledge of my home to try and sway them into potentially letting us up there for research, and I'll have like an air quote. Although, as I said, I'm not great with talking to people, so I might need assistance.
Of course, I could speak for you if you wish.
Yeah, that's fine. I can assume the role of someone who doesn't really speak the native language. That might help.
Pan,
Good night.
watch this. And Umbra's gonna look at Vaz, and he's just gonna go. Pss, 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 pss.
I'm going to stare at him blankly for about half a second, and then approach him, squat down so I'm really close to his face, and then I'm gonna let out the Leonins racial trait for the daunting roar, and I'm gonna need a wisdom saving throw.
Uh, a 16.
Oh, you passed it. You're fine.
Does this work in the anti-magic field?
I mean, it's a fear. Yeah, that would just be from me screaming in your face.
I don't like it.
You're right, Emperor. That was most amusing. I thank you for the
That-
show.
You know, I like to give back to the parts a little. I like to. Okay. And I'm just
I'll-
pushing your face away from me at this point. I'm like, bad.
But, I mean, if you would like to try it, Pan, then I'm more than welcome. I'm from Theros, if that helps at all. I'm sure from there you could take it.
Of course. I think what we might want to try to do first is simply convince us to let them pass, because information seems to be a prized currency here. So as much information as we don't have to give out immediately is information we can maybe use later.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll let you do all the talking. I can just feign ignorance and speak in my native tongue.
Does it seem like there's like a reception desk or something?
So there is a desk that's like in front that goes through and kind of explains what this thing is. It's like a small rectangle, and there is someone to talk to there as well.
Okay, I will walk up to them. And I will say, greetings. What is your name?
They look at you and they say, "Hello, Seeker. My name is Tel Aviv."
Tel Aviv.
Yeah. That's the actual name.
Well, Tel Aviv, I was perhaps wondering if there was any way for us to use the staircase that is in this building to make our way through, as we are attempting to get to the library that is further within Candlekeep.
Go ahead and make it. Do you want to? You can make a persuasion check, but what is the reasoning? They're going to ask you basically why, and then I'll let you make a persuasion check, and we can.
Why we want to use the staircase? Why we want to
Yeah,
use
yep.
this specific staircase?
Correct. Yep.
Upon looking at maps of the area, it seemed like this may have been one of the quickest routes, and we simply wish to get to the library as quickly as possible to get the information as soon as we can.
And before you make your check, he says, "Oh, but so I'm a little confused." So he points to that staircase. That's actually out to the wall, and generally we don't allow admittance there, just because not only can the wall be a bit dangerous, but also why do you need access to this? Are you trying to get where are you going?
I'm sorry, what was it called? The Greater Library?
Yeah. So, he says, "Oh well, you could. This is well." Go ahead and make a persuasion check now, because
Okay.
there is a chance that they could let you through. Yeah.
God. total of 20.
Okay. This is well. Normally, I would tell you to go around, but I suppose it's okay. Just be careful. And do
course.
not tell the other seekers that I let you through this way. But yeah, you can go through. They will let you.
We thank you profusely.
All right.
And I just turn back to the group and I give 2 thumbs up.
Is it 2 fins up?
No. What do you think I look like? I posted out. What do you think I look like?
A fish?
That's rude.
Triton have fingers.
Never mind. Everybody but him is allowed to.
Jesus.
You find another way around.
Shikulu eagerly follows behind Pan.
I bring up the rear.
And I do tell everybody to be careful, as I was told that the wall could be precarious.
Ugh.
Yeah, we may. This passageway may serve us for now, but we may wish to find another way around for future travels.
Okay. So show me on the map too, kind of where you like to start walking. And Cassidy, when you go through them, I'm gonna let you use your 23 passive investigation. But just give me in general, guys, where you'd like to try to get to.
Okay, sorry, for clarification, this is the building we're at right now?
No,
Or this one?
no, it's actually this one, and it
Okay.
goes off into the wall here. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So-
this one here.
So you probably want to follow what you're going on all the way down.
Right. Okay. So there is this whole building will lead you into. So you would have the ability to get down from the building through this building here to go into the courtyard, or you could try to go through here. This is a small castle. This is a small castle in and of itself, and then you could get down and then maybe get into the courtyard. If that's the way you want to go, there are other ways too. You could also, you could even try scaling the wall and going back and just going into the courtyard and bypassing this building. This is surprisingly so. It's one thing that's important. One of the things that's super important though is that this area is completely empty. There's no one in here at all. Very, very peaceful. You don't see anyone. This is a really kind of like nice, beautiful park as well. So this is a place where if you really wanted to scale down, you might be able to get away with it.
Uh, I feel like we should see what this building is first. This one, oh, where's my little highlighter? This one right here.
Yeah, I think we have to go through that one way or another.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's check out that building.
All right, so so the entrance to that building, there's a door that's there, but the door unfortunately is locked. It doesn't look like it's meant necessarily for visitors to come in. Certainly somebody with like lock picking skills might be able to open it, but it is a locked door.
Shikulu puts his hand, like, he goes up to the wall and he puts his hands on it and like looks at the group expectantly, like, well, I'm ready to start climbing down.
Let's not.
I wouldn't if I were you.
I'm sure we have at least one person in this group who can pick locks.
Are we breaking rules already?
How about we knock on the door first?
Is there a window on the door I can look through?
Chris?
Chris.
Yeah, so sorry about that. It was cutting out. There's no window on this door. That said, there are windows on the other side, and if you want to make a perception check to try to look in, it's just they're on an angle, and the windows themselves are all stained glass. But you can try. You can make a perception check.
Yeah, sure. And 11. Or no, wait, yeah, 11.
Yeah. So you can't really, unfortunately, you can't really see through the stained glass. But the stained glass windows themselves, not with them alone, but the stained glass windows themselves are what look like they're all the same field. And there's a bunch of there's like a serene sunset. In each of the sunsets, it starts with like a sun that's closest to like noon, and then it looks like it's going into twilight, and then it looks like it's like setting. The sun is setting. But that's the only thing that's like that you can tell that's like any, and it's only 3 windows. That said, though, it's very, very hard to see within those because they're stained glass, and it doesn't look like you can get through it.
How do we feel about me entering the store?
I like Retina's idea. Let's try that. Just try to be polite.
Yeah,
Give it a good knock.
I agree.
Since no one's doing it, Shakula just walks up and gives
Yeah.
gives it 3 sharp taps.
Yeah, so you do, and you don't hear anything right away. But Shikulu, since you're close enough to the door, you do actually hear like the kind of like murmurings of the. And so you might either have to be louder, or perhaps maybe there's another way in or something. But nobody's coming to the door right now. It is very possible, given how high up you are, that no one can hear you.
I'll
Okay.
step past you, or alongside you, and just take one of my larger fists and just kind of hammer into the door.
Yeah. Cop knock.
Hmm.
Open up.
All right. So that's fine. So after what seems like maybe 10 minutes or so, I assume you're going to repeat this until someone tries to get to the door. Is that right?
I mean, I didn't plan on it.
What do you guys want to do?
Yeah, if after 10 minutes of basically assaulting this door, no one's coming, I think we're probably gonna try to just get through the door. So, what were you planning on, bro? Hello?
So how high is it to the roof from the door?
So if you're looking at the the roof from the door is only 10 feet or so, maybe even a little less if you had to gauge it. So it's only like a 6-foot door, and then there's some clearance. So could you theoretically get on the roof? The answer is probably. With some good dexterous movement and acrobatics, you probably could.
We have
Just an
rope.
idea. We
I
have
could pick
Go
rope.
to the
you
other side.
pick the lock.
Why go through when we can go over? You see?
Hmm. I do like that idea.
I'm fine with going over.
That's almost
So I've
as
got
bad as-
rope. Anybody else?
How high up is it?
Like 10 feet. It's like close to 10 feet. Maybe 9. You're not exactly sure, but it's
You could
close.
throw me. Just throw
Yeah.
throw me up there. Give me a boost, and he can just jump up there with a rope.
I mean, can I just like pick you up and then stand on my
Yeah,
tippy
and I'll
toes
I'll
and do it?
parkour
I'm
the
even
rest.
close to that height as it is.
Make steps out of each other so he gets a running jump.
Okay. Yeah, you totally can. I mean, if you want to. So all you would have to do is just do a athletics check to throw him. Use your strength and throw him up there, and then you're still gonna have to make an acrobatics check to make sure you land and you don't like
Okay.
fall off the roof and stuff. But it's pretty low DC, very low.
I mean, I wasn't necessarily gonna throw him. I'm like well over 7 foot, so I was just gonna kind
Do
of.
Oh,
it.
you're gonna place him?
Throw
Well,
him.
that's
Yeah,
safer.
hold
That's
him up.
Throw
safer.
him.
No, that's totally safer. If you want to, that's a much safer approach. So that can work too. Yeah. Yeah, because he's tall enough and you're tall enough that if you want to try to put him on the roof, you totally can. Yeah.
You throw him and you throw him so far he just goes out of
18.
Candlekeep.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah, I got an 18 on that acrobatics.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you're totally fine. You get on the roof, and I mean, you have a pretty good vantage point in this roof too. So first and foremost, you notice that there's this very strange but very beautiful like autumn like tree that's over here if you look in Albert Rodeo, and that's
Pretty.
very 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 tall. You can see it from the roof. It's even taller from where you are. But now that you have a good vantage point, yes, this is a small castle. But what's also strange is that you see with beyond it, you can see that there's this area with like a ton of weird cascading catwalks that seem to go almost into like nowhere, and maybe there's like a giant pit here or something. You're not exactly sure. It's very strange. Outside of that, though, you do notice that there's what looks like a really nice looking circular garden that looks like it might even
Ooh.
be a secret garden. You're not exactly sure because the walls are high enough that you may not be able to see it from in there. That's a whole circle. Um, and then you're looking down and going through it. So here's what you found. Yes, if you go to the other side of the roof, you can hop off and maybe get back onto one of these turrets. These are also like 10, 11 feet off the ground. And then once you get on the turrets, you might be able to scale through, go this way, and get down as well. All this is kind of dangerous though, because now you're 10, 11 stories up, so you do need to scale down to get to the safe areas of here. But it's up to you.
Well, I think that Cassidy would be compelled to go towards the gardens, like home, you know.
Yep.
So
Yep.
he would sort of be leaning that direction if people want to
Okay.
follow.
So yeah, you can tell them. You can yell at them and go through it. They can hear you still though.
So there's a pretty garden.
That's wonderful. I think we're still heading for the
Starts
building.
hopping.
Does he go off towards the garden, or does he have a rope and he's like helping us get up now?
We'll help you get up. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then you can go to the garden.
After the building.
Yes. But then the garden.
Yes, after.
Yeah, Shikulu plops down on the other side and like looks around. I mean, we tried to get people's attention. Like, if there was commotion now, I would be confused. And go up to the door of this turret.
Yeah, and surprisingly, I mean, and Cassidy's been like hopping around too. I mean, he's not super heavy, but no one's really come to. It looks like from where you are in this vantage point, people really just can't hear from up here. So you guys don't have to like. You would know that you can make some noise, and you're still okay because you're so far up.
Huh. Well, I'll hoist up the unless this door's open. I'll test the door to the turret.
Okay. So here's the interesting thing. When you go through and look, there is no door to this turret, but this is something you could climb with help or by itself. It's only 10 feet or so to the roof. You can totally just get in and climb up this turret, and then you'll just have to climb down and scale through this. You will have to climb it up again if there's no door on this side. And as you look out, it certainly doesn't look like there is a door on this side, which is strange. So it's just basically, an acrobatics or athletic check to get down, go through here, and then get down again.
Cassidy, if you wouldn't mind, doing that whole, song and dance again.
Oh, the bouncy? Yep. He hops up on your shoulder and just leaps into your hands, ready to be trebucheted up onto the edge.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. And he hoists you on up there.
Wee
Underhand toss. Yeah, 16 on the athletics for throwing him.
Nice.
Okay, perfect. No, you're fine then. So this is what happens. So you go through and you toss him up. It's that part's easy. As you go through and get down, you notice that it's safe enough that you could probably like drop down and go through safely. Yes, it is true that on this side of the catwalk, as you start like going through and looking at it, there is no door. Is this something you want to do though? Do you want to just jump down and try to get to the place proper by going through here? The only other thing that you notice is that as you go through and start looking to your it would be to your left here, you notice that inside this area here, it is a little bit sunken, and there's another tower here. In that tower, there are a bunch of windows, and in the windows, it does look like there are armed, um, like there are armed humans with like plate mail that are walking in a pretty like almost like a unified pattern counterclockwise in this direction, and there are a ton of tiny windows. It is a little strange. Now you notice this before you jump down.
Is that like those clocks where the little people come out at the strike of the hour? And
Do a perception check
all right,
because so like when you're looking at it, it just looks like armored people. But yeah, let's see.
yeah, 20 is not bad. Are they animatronic?
Okay. Yeah, so you look through it and you realize that they are really, really, really well-made porcelain people. They're not real. They are animatronic, but
Oh,
the thing is, they're not clockwork. They're made out of complete porcelain to look as real as possible. But you
nice.
see the glint and you go through it, and no, they're not real. So you're probably
Oh, I suggest. Hey, them guards ain't real. Come on, this way.
okay.
Gonna sort
So
of lead the way if it's
Good to make
cool to check
acrobatics.
out that room.
Shukulu says, I don't know. I've seen some crazy machines lately.
Well, just take a looky. Worst case, I fall off the edge and I
You
land
don't
on the
know half
ground
of
and I
it.
pick myself up again.
uh, I'm gonna wait to watch what happens with Cassidy running across that catwalk.
all right. So so Cassidy, what was the plan? Just to double move as fast as you can?
I would like to run, yeah, kind of sneak up there, just to
Uh,
sort of see if
well,
there's a way to,
that's kind of what I was at. So, if you want to,
yeah.
sneak, go ahead and do your stealth, and let's see.
Okay.
Yep. All right. So
Great.
yeah, that's okay. So you see
I
Cassie
was
like
gonna do this though.
go ahead.
I do want to cast Pass Without Trace for everybody, but I'm gonna do that after.
Okay.
I have that in
Well,
my pocket.
okay. So you see Cassidy get really really low to the ground, lower than the walls of the turrets as well. But what Cassidy doesn't realize is that his tail is still sticking up over that.
Oh
But
no.
but unfortunately the only way to alert that would be to like tell him, and it happens so fast that he gets all the way to the other side. But surprisingly, it doesn't look like any of the clockwork things are reacting to him at all, and he does make it to the other side.
Nice. He bounces up and down like, see, nothing wrong. He sticks his tail up and just like makes a big scene, and then he'll try to head up there like there's not a care in the world.
All right. So what do you guys want to do? Nothing's happened. There's no reaction.
think we
I
follow
guess.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, just keep up the pattern. Get Cassidy up. He drops a rope down. We climb up, and then we just keep doing that.
Yeah, he'll drop a rope down behind him.
10 feet and it's just climbable, right? So do we need the rope? Are we able to just scale it? Or
Oh,
is
I
it...
need the rope. I
Yeah,
mean, unless the
Some of
tiger
you might.
lion wants to help me.
Yeah, some of you.
Yeah,
might,
I mean, I'll kind of like help pick you up and get you up there the same way I did Cassidy. You're about the same size as him, right?
I'm probably a little taller, but not much.
Yeah,
I am
I'll do the
tiny
same
and
for
very
you,
light.
Cassidy.
Yeah, I'm
I-
definitely heavier.
She's heavier in armor too. She's got some armor on as well. So
I'm also just small.
Because I can pull up the rear then and just help everybody else up.
that's
and then
fine.
Pull up
climb
my
myself.
rear.
Yeah, Cassidy's not gonna be much help. He weighs like 50 pounds probably altogether.
Yeah, there'd be nobody helping me get up.
Umber's doing like the uppy arms. He's just reaching up.
I'm your
Oh,
captain.
he's-
I demand uppies.
Give a little growl at him, as I pick him up.
All right. So I guess the other thing that's important in this is once everyone's going down, just show me where you're exiting. Like, are you trying to exit this wall here, or are you trying to go back and exit in the front?
Well,
That's
I
the
was
important thing.
I was wondering, right? What's the drop from like right here down to the other staircase? Because it
So
looks
if-
like they get connected through the garden. And you can loop down.
So it is. So here's the interesting thing. If so you're looking, so you go over here and you look out the edge. Is that what you're saying you want to do before you start getting down?
Before I commit to anything, yeah. What's the distance between the two staircases?
It's only 10 feet, but they don't look incredibly sturdy because they look ancient. And when you look down, it looks like it's going down endlessly. This is very, very deep. and it's very dark. It's pitch black after a couple floors of that, but it does look like they're sprawling. These walkways look ancient.
So
I'm
then,
happy to take the lead and take a chance with my, maybe someone keeps a little rope
why don't
tied
you-
to
oh,
right
Good
tied to him in
idea.
case he falls.
Excellent
You could
idea.
be his rock
I'm gonna say
in
that
this hard place.
staircase right here comes down
Cutting
to
as
the
a rock
garden.
for
We
us
can
all.
just loop down here and then loop around that way, right? Instead of trying to come down over here.
I think all the stairs are going to be like chaos. Chaos stairs is going to be MC Escher City.
I was gonna say this one doesn't look like it's attached to the other ones at least.
Maybe.
Well, so when you look down though and see the stonework, this is actually part of that catwalk. It's part of the sprawling catwalk. This is actually part of the wall here. The wall goes out to around here, and it's just a terrible design. But what you can't actually see is that this little piece is actually the same structure as the catwalk. And it's weird because it bends around over in this area here.
What's the distance of the catwalk? Like how long is it?
This is it's around 70 to 80 feet.
I
These
know
are around
it's-
70 to 80 feet. So, and this one's almost 120 to 140. So
it's
they're
about-
pretty. So this is where it gets weird. So this is why this isn't the best bet. So this is what it. So this is the castle wall here.
Yeah.
This is actually a protruding, even though it looks like it would probably just be the wall. This is actually a protruding piece of some of that ancient catwalk that goes all the way over. So it does slope down into the garden, but it looks old. It looks
Can I
really old.
can I touch the stone and check it out?
Of course, yeah. Yep.
Okay. 19.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. +4. 23.
Okay. This is stone that comes from an ancient, long lost city of Cormyr. And the reason why you know that is because the stone itself is a special granite that's actually mixed in with a bunch of gemstones. And all of you don't notice this, but you, Gretna, as you wipe it away, notice that if this was cleaned, it would shine and like look like it's different colors, but because it's so dusty and old and dirty, it looks just like normal granite. This is known to be brittle stone. You know that this is like a brittle stone that doesn't last. It's actually just ornamental. You're willing to bet that it could probably hold maybe 200 pounds, but if somebody were to like jump on one of these, they could give way.
Okay. Guys, this stuff can crack like an old bone. Be careful.
I mean, if that's the case, I probably can't stand on it at all then.
Yeah, Gretna will tell you that she thinks it'll hold around 200 pounds or so.
It'll hold
before it
maybe
starts
2
to
of
give way.
me at the most.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I won't be able to stand on it then. I'll have to find another way around. Actually, out of game, what's your jump distance? Is it like what's it proportionate to?
I think it's your
For a
strength
long
I can
jump.
jump
It's
20.
your strength. Yeah, it's your.
I can jump 20 because I'm a bunny, but
I think it's normally 10 feet, but there's something with your strength score as well. I can look it up later.
Okay. Yeah, well, because I was gonna want to, for whatever reason, the spell list I took is wild, and I have jump, so I was gonna try.
Oh,
triple
jump.
my-
Yeah, jump.
Uh,
Yeah.
Don't
jump
forget, we
spell?
also can't use spells here.
Well, is
he
this
would've
still
s-
part of?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would have found out the hard way, probably, but
Umbra would remind you because
Chris is so
Has-
disappointed that he didn't get to be like, oh, well, you forgot about this, so.
I mean it
Well,
would
what
be
if-
very
what if he
funny.
gets to the other
but-
What if he gets to the other side with the rope, and then we kind of make a little bit of a little
There's no
support
rope.
rope?
this is what you
Yeah.
guys know. There are definitely safe areas down. First and foremost, the safe area down would be here as an exit or here as an exit. But you could also theoretically, like this goes down. I know you can't see it in the thing, but this actually descends down into the garden. So
Ooh,
there's safe
garden.
areas here and safe areas here to go down. Or you could try this very dangerous area over here. You could, of course, also try to go down this area, go down to whatever this mess is over here, and then try to like climb up a wall and go through it again. That's why this is so involved. There's lots of complications here.
Well, how high off the ground are we?
Right now you're almost like 80, 90 feet, almost 100 feet up.
We have rope. We have it.
Right.
I've got at least 50 feet. Somebody else must have some rope here, right?
I do. I only have
mean,
10
yeah,
feet on. I only
but
have
again-
10 feet. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I am significantly heavier than just about everybody here.
Yeah.
Rope is only gonna do so
How
much
far
for me.
down is it to the garden?
90 feet.
90 feet. Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, I'm pretty good at scaling the wall on my own. Feline
Now,
prowess and all that.
here's something very important. It's only maybe 6 or 7 feet down to this quarter here. This thing here in the middle. It's only like 6 or 7 feet down
Oh, and
here.
then we can move.
And then there
We can
are
move
also
along there.
windows. Yeah, there are windows in here too.
That's where I wanted to go to check out the guards. That's kind of where he was going. I
Oh,
would
if you
say
wanted
let's
to
go
jump
in
down, you
there.
can. Yeah, if you want to jump down,
Yeah.
you can. It's just hard to get back up. But you
He,
could.
he has no problem
Yeah.
getting back
Yeah.
up. Yeah, he'll jump
Yeah.
down 10 feet and investigate. No problem.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so you jump down, you go ahead and jump down and you look through the windows, and there, sure enough, if you get closer, what you find is there's a track that does exist.
Follow.
Yeah, there's a track that once you get inside, there's a track that all these things are on. It looks a little difficult. Like once you start looking down into that area, it looks like it could be a little dangerous for you to get in there, maybe because here's what you see. You see there's a marble track that's actually on the floor, and that marble track is what's interfacing all of the soldiers. So what you'd have to do is you'd
Right.
have to jump down, get in between one of the soldiers, and try to stand as still as possible, because there are little tiny gears and other things that are sliding on the side. You would not want to get caught in those gears. You would imagine that
Could
would
he
be.
ride on their shoulders? Like on one of the. He's small enough. He could maybe kind of ride on the
You
shoulders of one of
could,
the
you could.
soldiers.
The other the other
Others
people with you couldn't, but you could definitely get on one of their soldiers. There's enough clearance to do that.
Well, he'll let everyone know. He's like, we could go in through that way and just be like one of them soldiers. And he
No,
kind
it
of
does
goes
just
and
go all the way
proposes.
around. It does go all the
It
way
just
around
loops
in one
around.
track. It does loop all the way around in one track. However, you haven't seen all sides or anything, so
Yeah, that's the thing. I
yeah.
want to follow it so I see where it leads to, like what's
Yep.
behind the little door they come out or whatever.
Yep.
If that's cool, I'd go ahead and curious. He's over curious, so he would go ahead and do that if nobody complains.
Oh, you should do that.
All right,
We're
so
all
this is what you
pointing
guys.
like, go, go, go.
All right, so the windows are
He
all
rides his
all
future like a
unlocked, by the
horse.
way. Yeah, the windows are all unlocked. You go through and you go
Okay.
into a window, and
Yeah.
you're able to
Look
jump down, and
around.
you see him disappear within this area. And this is what you see. You're basically on this ride, and as you go through this ride, it only takes like 2 to 3 minutes to start circling around the back. And what you do notice is that when you get to around here, there is another little small small door. It's only 4 feet high, but it
Oh,
is a door
perfect.
that you could like jump out of and try to like get into. Now here's the thing: you are moving, and this is a small little alcove. So if you critically fail, that would be very dangerous, because you do not want to fail and get like meshed into these gears. That said,
Right.
it should be pretty easy for you. So just
He'll give
don't.
it a try.
You,
Yeah.
okay,
He'll
just don't
jump for the
roll one.
door.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's
A crit. A
yeah.
crit. I'm sorry. That's
Yeah,
sweet.
so you effortlessly jump into the door, and as you jump into the door, you actually slide. So as you jump into this door, this is a chute. So the door itself is a chute that goes all the way down into the bottom of this area. Now, fortunately for you, so you kind of like jump in. You have this terrible like feeling of, oh my God, what did I do? Because it's dark, and you literally fall all the way down. But this chute does extend almost like a slide at the very end, so you're not going to have to take damage on this. You do tumble out into a room of all just very like a brilliantly set up clockwork pieces, and there's no lights on of anything. No one's actually in here. It's a little terrifying, because when you get in there, first and foremost, you do see a bunch of like mechanized people that are going around, and it's actually set up as like a little village. And at first, you think it might be real people, and you're in serious trouble, but no, there's just nobody in here.
It's a whole little clockwork mansion. Is there a way for him to get a message to people? sort of wave and go, I'm safe. I'm down here now. Or can they even see me from where I am?
They can't see you or hear you from where
So
you're
I have
at.
to
You're gonna
run
have to
kind
find a
of up.
way out. You're gonna have to find a
I'm gonna
way
try
out or
to
go back.
up
Yeah.
the slide. I'll go up the slide if I can.
Well, it's super hard. So the slide itself is a very it's actually made out of metal and marble, and it's like a slide itself. You can try to climb up it, but it's going to be very, very difficult. Go ahead and try. It's an
Okay,
acrobatics
yeah.
check to try.
All right, cool.
You're gonna try to take your body weight and push against this thing and go through it.
Shoot 40 enough, or 24.
So 24 is just enough, actually. So you actually this takes you 10 minutes or so. All of you kind of like are holding your breath, like what the hell just happened, because you don't see him. For this is now like 15, 18 minutes or so. Um, and uh, and so you finally get up to the top of that area, and you are able to get in. Now you're just gonna have to make a jump to get up back out.
He
So
could
go-
jump 20. He'll use one of his little charges to jump 20 feet.
Okay, that's fine. No, that's
He's
totally
got
fine.
that ability. Yeah.
Yeah, so you jump back on one of the soldiers, you go through, and now you're outside here. You can tell them what you did.
All right. I show him what I did, and I come on, pretend you're a soldier.
Okay.
It's cool. You don't have to pretend.
There's a whole clockwork little village downstairs.
Oh yeah, I'll follow him.
I'll try.
Right. So what's the plan? Are you guys going to get in between soldiers and try to jump down there?
The chute is small, right?
It's a little dangerous, and the chute is not terribly big.
Yeah, I don't think that's worth it. I'm just gonna scale down the side.
Okay.
And try and get like over here.
Okay.
The chute is so much more fun though.
After he describes it, I'm gonna say, Vaz, can you like piggyback me? Because I don't think I could jump and shoot and that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm climbing down the wall. I'm not risking that whole shoot thing. But if
Okay.
you still want me to carry you, I'll put you on my back and do my.
I can, piggyback if you don't mind.
Not a big deal.
Okay.
Do you want me to make an acrobatics check to try and scale down the wall?
Yeah, just make an acrobatics check.
That's a 27.
Yeah, you can easily get down there with Gretna on your back. Show me on your thing which wall you scaled down.
Yeah, just from this wall right here down.
Perfect. All right, now who else is how else is everyone getting down? Tell me.
I'm gonna follow
I'll
Cassidy.
I'll show everybody the slide if they want to take the slide.
If you guys need me to make a second climb up and then back down again, I will try and grab somebody else. But there's only so often I could do that without fatiguing myself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try going down the slide with Cassidy.
Yeah.
Okay.
My dwarf
all right.
dexterity would have been a bad idea.
Okay. So you guys can easily jump in between soldiers. The hard part is the 4 foot, which he has open, by the way. All you have to do is jump into that 4 foot little space and then go down the slide. The problem is if you miss and you get caught between jumping in and you don't make it in all the way, or you awkwardly get in there as the soldiers are passing, you can get crushed in between the gears and stuff. So but it's they're not super fast. They're pretty slow.
Can we get some advantage? Can we give some advantage by basically like letting him, kind of leading the way?
So all that you'd be able to do in this, Cassidy, is you can help lower the DC by showing everyone exactly when to jump.
Yeah, he'll kind of.
But you wouldn't be able to help. You wouldn't be able to help in this case. They have to do it.
Okay.
But yeah, but you can totally lower the DC by doing that. Yeah.
Okay.
So Cassidy does it effortlessly. I won't even make you do it again, Cassidy, since you've done it once. Cassidy, he shows the exact timing of when to jump, and it looks like it's effortless to him. And you can even see that he's having a blast, like going down the slide. Who's up next? Let's say it's you, Umbra. Go ahead and do your roll. It's acrobatics.
I would offer Pan to go first, since Umbra's kind of watching the movement of the soldiers.
Okay,
and
that's
everything.
fine. So you pass. Pen, you're behind him, so go ahead. You go for it.
Okay.
It's probably a tad scary, but yeah.
Tyler, are you gonna do it?
And I will. Yes, I'm going to portent your acrobatics roll to a 13.
Okay. So total of
What is
19.
it? Yeah, so you're able to get in, and it's okay. You're fine. So you
Before
at
I go
first,
down, I am also going to give Umbra Bardic Inspiration.
Thank you.
Okay, that's fine. Yep.
Sorry, continue.
Yeah, so Umbra, you go through, and Shakula, are you also in there? Are you doing this as well?
My testing. There we go. My bad. My mic. I thought I was just being ignored. My mic's been wonky.
No, we
can
were
hear you.
ignoring you.
Yeah,
can
no,
hear you.
we were.
Cool.
Don't worry.
I'll leave. I'm kidding.
Don't worry. We'll ignore you leaving.
So yeah, if I remember the rules correctly, like doing a running long jump is literally just your strength score. So, what's the distance between this? Where's my pointer? There it is. This roof that we're on and the center one.
Oh, it's only 10, maybe a little more than 10 feet. Plus, remember that's an easy jump because it's lower. It's
Mm.
even easier because it's lower. You could get on the roof easily.
But then I'd have to jump upwards. Yeah,
Right.
I'd rather climb up here, go along this wall, climb up here, get to this wall, and then climb down the rope.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's what he did as well. You can go ahead and just give me. You don't have to make it. We'll make it easy. Just give me your athletics check for climbing down. You can use acrobatics if you want, but athletics is generally what you would do.
Yeah. 14 total.
Okay, yeah, you're able to get down there pretty easily. Not as gracefully,
Nice.
but definitely easy. Okay, so what did you end up getting, Umbra? What'd you roll?
Is this an acrobatics check?
Yes. Yeah, you have to jump, so it's an acrobatics check.
21.
Okay, yeah, you get in there too. So you guys all slide down, and it's only dim light in here.
Whee!
It's pretty dark and dim light, but like I said, it's like a miniature little city of just clockwork people. Now, this is not open, and it's strange because it doesn't look like it's a library per se, but you haven't seen all of it. You can see from where you're at though the front entrance. And it probably locks from the inside, so.
Any other entrances, like on the side or anything? Some way in?
No, it doesn't look like it from where you guys are looking. It's so far that like Cassidy, there is no walls on the left or the right, but there is. I'm sorry, there is no doors on the left or the right, but there is a very large door in the front, and that's what you guys are looking at right now. So if you want, you can try to meet up with the group and to open the door from the inside.
Sure, I'll try that.
Okay. Yeah, it does just lock from the inside. Unfortunately, there's not an easy way to relock this door, but you are able to open it, and it is open now. It's just gonna have to stay unlocked.
That works for me.
Yep.
Can I lockpick it closed?
There is a way to lockpick doors closed. It's a higher DC, but you can do it.
Is it worth a shot? Should I try?
Can't hurt. I mean, I can try too. I have thieves' tools, but you can.
I'm somewhat good with it.
I believe in you.
All right, I believe that's the thing I am expertise in. Just trying to. Yeah, it is.
And you also have Bardic Inspiration.
Yes.
Oh, it's going to be beautiful.
So it's +6 to this roll.
What did you get? Sorry.
Total of an 8.
All right, no,
Oh.
it's too hard. You can't even begin to do it. Yeah. You will not be able to pick
Nope.
this locked. Yeah.
Maybe next time. Maybe after some more practice.
Does the 21 do it
Yeah, so you're trying. You will be able to do this if you wait 15 minutes. You'll be able to get it. If you try this and keep trying for 15 minutes, you will figure it out.
I wouldn't spend too much time here. I think we should move
Okay.
on.
Okay.
I
All
give
right.
up that stupid lock.
Okay. So now that you guys are down here, there is a 9-foot wall made out of marble that encapsulates this entire area here.
Nice.
But there's nothing like dangerous, no gap that I could fall through. It's just the 9-foot tall wall that goes up to the garden that he mentioned.
It seems like it. Yeah, it seems
Just
like
a
it.
9-foot tall wall. No, it's a 9-foot tall wall of marble. I run over to it and I touch it because I just sorry.
And
I
it starts
have to.
eating it.
Yeah, sure.
Just rubbing
She
up
does
against
So
it.
this
Can
this
I?
is this is marble. Yeah. So go ahead and do your investigation.
I'm
See.
sorry, I keep doing this, but
It's all right. It's all right.
all right. It's a 20.
Yeah, this is actually just marble that's been quarried, probably somewhere locally.
Oh,
It looks like it's only been, yeah, it's only been. It's there's nothing really special besides the fact that it's actually carved very fine, but it is local marble.
I love this place. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Can I get a running just start and then just kind of jump up there? Because it's only like not even 2 feet taller than me.
Yeah, try. Yep.
What check would you like for? Would you rather acrobatics or athletics?
If you're just gonna try to like jump really, really high, you can do acrobatics. I mean, sorry, athletics. If you want to try to like literally scale the wall with a running jump, it has to be acrobatics. But if you want to try to really jump it, you can.
Well, I got a 25 with the acrobatics.
Okay, that's fine. That's a better way to do it anyway. All right, so you go through and you get up above the wall and you slam your face into something that you don't really understand, and you all see this, and you fall down. You take 7 points of damage. You're actually bleeding from your face.
Ah!
No
I run
idea what.
over to him and I try and stop the bleeding.
Yep.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
fine.
it's weird. You don't know what the hell just happened. It's strange.
Never tell you how much I hate books and the nerdy types that read them.
Rude.
Shakulu picks up like a random rock and just tries to throw it over the wall.
Yeah, so as you do that, it literally like slams into something. That's higher than that as well. Like you go through and you do it over the wall, and it still slams into something, even 10 feet higher.
Huh. I'm assuming it makes no sound. It just like makes the look of it bouncing off of something. It's like, oh, that's I mean, that's some sort of magic. I don't know what kind, but it's magic, all right.
Maybe
Is
we
there
could walk
any-
around to the other side and see what happens.
So so do me a huge favor now. Now that you've seen this yourself, from this angle, because because you've actually seen it from a higher angle as well, you start to put two and two together. And what this actually, you start to realize that this is strange because you think that this was that large tower with the park or thing on top of it, but it certainly doesn't look like that from this angle. It looks like just a small 9-inch wall, and then you could see from the top of it, you could see that there's like a little garden on the inside. But then you start to think, wait a second, you now remember this area from looking it up, like from being up in the tower, and this is actually not that. This is like a tower. It doesn't look like that at all from this angle, though. And to help you, I will show you what I mean. So if we go back to here, if you look at the Great Library on this side,
Mhm.
Oh.
this is why this map is not the best. I really wish there was an interactive map for this, but it's all good.
The one
So
in Tailspire.
yeah, exactly. Even then though, I need to have like 13 versions of it because there's things like this in it. But yeah. So it's strange. So it looks like a small wall with a secret garden. Now, for whatever reason, in the tower, looking out over it, you can see it for how it actually is, which is a very very large tower with literally a garden on top of it. But that's not how it looks from the ground level.
Closer we get, the shorter it looks. Interesting.
Yeah. This also gives you a better, now that we're on this map too, now you see another angle of this, a better understanding of these catwalks and everything else. Again, you see this thing that connects to the library there, and they did it the wrong color, but it is what it is. So
Yeah, this
You
one
also
doesn't
you
really.
also can't see. You also cannot see the black underneath it.
Yeah, the
So
chasm into
yeah,
nothingness. I was
yeah,
gonna say that
exactly.
doesn't. It
Yeah,
doesn't sell that very well.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Uh, I mean, I want to try to like climb this garden tower and like shimmy along the side to get to the garden of the library that we're going towards. I'm
Y-
not sure if that's possible.
you could actually think about that. So here's what's actually happening. When you look at it, when you get past that 9 feet area or whatever, it's like there's an invisible shield that's on top of it. That's the thing that's strange. It almost looks like it's magic or whatever. But now that you know that it's a solid piece of whatever, you might actually just be able to climb it all the way up. This is tall. This is really, really tall. This is like 170 feet up. And you can only guess that from seeing how tall it was from the other side when you were up in the tower. So it's strange. It's really strange and really whatever. And you're going to have to start climbing up an invisible wall 17 stories. So that's dangerous. That said, you could try it. Or you could do what you just said, Shikulu, which is try to climb up and like get as high enough to like get over the cascading like piece of it and then just shimmy around. That's another possibility.
What about walking to the back? Is there anything on the other side of this?
Yeah, let me show you back. We'll go back to the other thing. So
That's what I was.
if you zoom in, so this is how it works. So on the other side of this, there's another like ramp that goes through over here. It's like a catwalk, and it goes into this building over here. This building does look like it goes through the wall on the outer side into the courtyard here. There's several other buildings as well. I mean, this is a pretty nice like park going through it. This is a large building that also has grass and stuff on top of it. This is actually a building though, it's hard to see that. And then there's another building here that does look like it goes through the walled off area, and you maybe could exit on the other side here.
Now I do have a question. Are there people here?
No, remember,
Still
this is the place where it's like all super silent. No one's around.
Are there any like plaques or like anything kind of describing the area?
Yeah, now that you kind of look around and go through it, there are actually several plaques. Um, but they're in a very strange language um, that I don't think anyone understands. And here's the thing, it doesn't actually look like a written language at all. It looks like it's dashes, dots, and other strange like geometric symbols you've never seen before.
Even
it
with
the-
Gretna's helm?
It won't work here.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yeah.
Is it abyssal?
It does not look like it's abyssal.
Okay, because I don't know what abyssal's supposed to look like.
Yeah.
Why would you?
I also don't know abyssal, but you know.
Because here's the thing. This is a very high DC, but because it's so distinct, I will let someone do a history check on this.
I have a big brain.
Pick
You want
me,
me to try?
put me in, coach.
Umber, that's all you.
Yeah, info dump it. Let's go.
Are we all together then at this point?
Yeah, you're all together. You're all
Okay,
together
good.
now.
11 plus 9 is 20.
So you don't remember what the language is called, but this is you're pretty sure this is the language of the Modrons.
Oh, this is the language of the Modrons.
What's a
What
Modron?
in nine hells is that? Yeah.
It's like a little robot.
Oh,
Sounds
they're the
adorable.
guys that we saw. Me and Shikulo saw them in the and they're the ones who made the chandelier thing. And we saw them in the temple. They're pretty cool.
And now
Yeah?
that you know that, Umbra, it makes a tad bit of sense because you were just in a big building with a bunch of mechanical things.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Do we want to try the ramp to get to the building that goes through the wall?
Sounds
We
like a
talked
plan.
about, like, going back
I'd like to
that
get to
way,
the garden.
or going that way.
The garden is on top of the very large.
The garden's all the way up there.
I will say
Yeah.
I probably won't climb 170 feet. Even if I wanted to, I probably couldn't do that.
I'd say arguably there's 2, maybe 3 of us that could do that, and I'll kind of look down to Gretna. As much as I don't mind helping her out, I don't know if I've got like almost 200 feet.
I'm not, and I don't wanna.
Cassie looks longingly at the garden, sad.
Yeah.
You want me to try and throw you up there? We'll see how high you can get.
No, it's all right. It's not gonna happen. Keep heading north.
Well, maybe, you know, there was that tree on the other side. Maybe if you climb up the tree, you'll get closer or something.
The
Well,
tree is
yeah, but
almost as
nobody,
tall.
you all
The
aren't
tree is
gonna follow him.
yeah, the tree is almost as tall as
Yeah.
that building. So
We'll come around later.
I'm gonna kind of lean down towards Cassidy. I do have a grappling hook for my crossbow, just so you know, if you really wanted to try.
He grins like excitedly. Yeah, and then if nobody stops him, he'll be like totally down. You could totally do that.
I'm gonna start to ready it, but I'm gonna do it really slow to see if anybody goes to stop me. And then if nobody does, I'm gonna try and cause can we see where like the? I can't see the other picture of it to see the top of the.
Cassidy
garden
makes
quite well.
himself into like a bolt. Like he makes himself like super straight, so you can like pull him like he's like an actual like bolt on a crossbow.
And also, like, I feel like you were gonna try to ask, like, can we see the top? Like, no, the thing is, from where we're at in this little courtyard, it looks like it's only 10 feet tall. It's
Oh,
very
yeah.
hard. It's very
I
hard to
meant-
judge how tall it actually is.
Well, I meant
Yeah.
like for myself, so I could, because we'll look at it before. I was trying to see if there was like a little spot the grappling hook could attach onto. If it
you
did
wouldn't
get
be able
low
to
up
see.
there.
Yeah, you
Okay.
wouldn't be able to see from where you're at. So that's the thing. Yeah.
I mean, like, fuck it, right? Nobody's gonna stop me. I got like a ton of range with the crossbow.
Just launch him as high as possible, and then he'll try to hook it
I'm
into
not launching
something
you. I'm
wherever he
gonna
hits.
launch the grappling hook with the crossbow.
Yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't work that way, Cassie. Like that would I know what Cassie was thinking. He would like hold on to the bolt. It just shreds your hands up, and it would be bad. It would be real
No,
bad.
he was going to
bow.
be the bolt. He
Yeah.
wanted to become the bolt. He wanted to
Yeah.
swap himself out, make a good deception check, so that he thinks he's a bolt and shoot him in the air. But that's cartoon logic. I understand that's not this world.
Yeah.
This is some Who Framed Roger Rabbit
Mm-hmm.
shenanigans.
Exactly. But we won't go there. But it's fun to think about.
I think seeing his complete inability to understand the assignment, I'm not gonna launch the crossbow.
Yeah. So a couple things. So there, as you guys are going through and trying to figure out what to do, you do eventually notice over in this area here, there's a small metallic clinking sound, and there's another one over here. And as you look around, there are a couple Modrons tending to the gardens. The Modrons in this particular configuration are small little pyramids of brass. They have a bunch of clockwork on the inside. They do have eyes and a mouth, but they're only 3 feet tall, and they're dutifully doing whatever they're meant to do.
What the hell is that?
Hey, those are the little Modron things. Maybe
Sorry,
they could help.
they were here, guys, not the other place. They're here and around.
Hey, maybe we could ask them to help us, right?
Uh,
Hello?
I mean, it's worth a shot.
Yeah.
Hello?
One of them blinks up, and the little
They're so
triangle
cute.
walks over to you, and he says, "Hello."
Hi. We're trying to get in past that wall. We're trying to get to the Great Library. Can you help us?
Why do you want to go to the Great Library?
Because he's got to find stuff about Strahd, who just took over the North, and so that we can defeat Strahd and save the world. Right? Mr. Kula, right? Yeah.
We've been told that
Yeah.
that area is dangerous and mostly off limits. They don't sound like robots, by the way. It sounds like a person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to save lives and to help the rest of the world, we're willing to take that chance.
It crosses its arms and it looks up and it says, "I will never understand humans." Well-
Dwarf.
Oh, and dwarfs. It looks at you. Yeah.
And rabbits. What about rabbits?
And rabbits. And hobgoblins.
I wasn't even saying anything.
He was
It goes
anticipating.
through and it goes through and starts looking at the entire group. Um, well, if you really insist on putting yourself in harm's way, you might be able to go through the temple. And he points to the building over here, right here.
Temple of what, if I may
Mech-
ask?
on this side of the wall, Mechanus. On the other side of the wall, um, I don't remember.
Oh.
I feel like that's strangely ominous.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't Zira like be losing her mind right now?
Yeah,
Oh
Zira.
yeah.
Mechanism.
Zira's back. She actually didn't go with you guys, but she said that she couldn't. That there was too much
Oh,
background noise. Yeah, there was too much background noise. That's why she.
oh, too bad.
Yeah.
Well, if she's there in spirit, then I'm thinking about, oh my God, if Zira could see this, this is amazing.
Yep.
Huh.
Uh-huh.
So
So
it
we
looks
can
like
just get through there.
It's funny, right? We came all this way and did all we did to get over here just for the entrance to Via. Right there, and then we asked for help.
I'll take it if
That's
we can
life,
get
yeah.
it.
It's right
Yeah,
there,
let's
yep.
try to go through the temple, huh?
Okay. All right. He waves to he waves.
Thanks a
Goodbye.
lot.
He goes back and he starts gardening. So you guys walk over here, and there is a clockwork door. It's made out of brass, and on this side, it's just a small curved building with no windows at all. Um, the door is definitely like shut and closed. And when, it looks like when you turn the handle, many gears start to wind and go through. Would you like to open the door?
I do.
All right. So
Roll
you
initiative.
you open the door. No, not yet. You open the door, and as
Still
you do
here.
that, and as you do that, several different sounds play as these gears turn. The gears are all connected to different chimes, and it's like a cacophony of like just a bunch of different harmonic sounds. It's very beautiful, and it opens, and inside is a room just wall to wall filled with impossibly small cogs that each have like engravings on them. It's just meant to have them look nice. They're not. It's not a language or anything else. Um, and all the gears start to turn as this thing opens. The floor is made out of what looks like gold, but the gears themselves are made out of brass. The entire room, wall to wall, is all of these gears, and basic that what ends up happening is as they start to like turn around and move, a curtain opens up, just of gears. It would be impossible to make this otherwise. Like you're not even sure how this is made. It almost looks like flowing water as this curtain goes through and opens. And as the curtain opens, there is a large mechanical man, uh, and he is facing you. He looks humanoid, but he's made out of gold. Um, and there's an altar underneath him, and there's two hands that are extending out. And then behind him, it does look like there is a door, probably that goes through into the other building.
Uh, since Shakulu's like the one opening the door, he steps in and hello.
Nothing. No, nothing. Nothing happens.
So after
Oh,
that,
and by the way, as you'd open the door, that's when the lights turn on. You have no idea where the light is coming from, but yeah, it's pretty. This is pretty an amazing room, though. It's
Okay, guys, remember, he said that we can usually do magic inside of the buildings, so maybe our magic will work now too.
huh? Did do I get the sense that this is all connected? Like it sounds like it was like as I was pushing the door open, the lights
it
came
is all
on the
connected. It is all
like
connected. Yep.
oh, okay, cool.
It's
So
almost like opening the door is winding a thing or something. Yes.
Um,
huh.
as soon as Grantner like reminds us that our spells might work, I'm gonna try and use prestidigitation to make just like some faint musical notes.
It does work.
Okay.
Once you're inside, it works. Yeah.
Ding, ding,
I'm
ding.
like mouth open. This is beautiful. Just
Yeah.
Uh,
This. Go ahead.
I wanna get past him, but Shakulu's eyes are gonna be locked on the floor because the first thing that comes to mind with the door triggering an entire room, there's probably some sort of like as you move through this room, stuff is supposed to happen.
So as you where do you want to walk? I guess.
Well, we're trying to get past him, and you said two hands separately. Is it like he's holding two hands outstretched, or like there's just
Sorry, so it's two hands outstretched, and this is a 10 foot tall, mechanized, humanoid being. It's not meant to overly look human, but it's certainly humanoid. He's 10 feet tall, and he's got both of his arms outstretched, and there's an altar underneath him. But there is enough space to just walk around him.
Can I check for like immediately inside the door for any tripwires, pressure plates, traps?
Yeah, this is a tough room to check for traps, but you absolutely can. The reason why it's tough is because there are a ton of interlocking pieces just in the wall itself. So you go through and
23.
you check the room, and this is hard. You're like going through it and you're like, well shit. Everything looks like it's a trap here. Like it's super hard to realize what gear is doing what and going through it. But that said, as you start to look around and you start to like look at things, nothing that looks overly hostile is here. But you do think to yourself, if there are you don't think there's any pressure plates, but if there are things that get activated by the gears, it's impossible to tell in this room.
I can help you. Looking at Umbra and what he's doing, I'll kind of clear my throat before, like motion him back towards me. I've got a thing I can kind of do to help us out with this, and if you guys want, I can burn a spell to try and take a look and see if I can pick up anything that your eyes might not be able to.
Be my guest.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe they just want us to give an offering. That's usually in a temple what you would do for respect. But sure, go ahead and do that too. But I think take out some gold and just give it to them too.
See, that's not my whole forte, but I mean I get it. But I'll cast Find Traps.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so you cast find traps, and there does not seem to be any hostile traps in this area at all. What is the radius, by the way?
120 feet, I think it
That's
says.
what I thought. 120 feet. Yes,
Yeah.
there are no hostile traps at 120 feet.
Okay.
Is there an offerings dish in front of the man with his outstretched hands?
There's not, and there's not any instructions or anything either. When you guys start looking at the altar to see if there's anything writing or anything else, there's a bunch of those hashes that looks like it could be in whatever language the Modrons speak, but there's nothing nothing that's in common that you guys can read.
What kind of altar does it look like? Like, is there supposed to be a
Now-
book resting there to read off of, or?
Now, are you wearing the helm, by the way, Gretna?
At the
Are you-
moment, yes.
Okay. But you do have
I-
to expend. You have to choose to use it, right?
Yes, and I do choose to use it absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So it works. So the helm works inside, and what it
Yay.
tells you, in this language, is that it says logic above all, peace above destruction. That's all it says.
Logic above all, peace above destruction.
Yep.
We come in peace.
Here's hoping we leave
When it
in
says
peace.
PEAC or PIECE?
No, PEA.
Okay.
Good question. Though.
And you leave in pieces.
All right. Everyone like visually tearing this room apart. Shakulu's like very like hands up, gonna like go around the thing and just try to get past it.
Okay.
I think we're okay. I think this place is safe.
And
I'm
I'm
not
sorry,
positive.
where does it say that?
Right in the altar, right below the hands. It says that right in the altar.
Then it's in common.
No.
No,
it's
no,
the
this
Modron.
is not uncommon.
Oh,
It's
I
in
have a
whatever
helm
that-
of comprehend
Yeah.
languages.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there anything else like around the room that is
No,
like
no. There's besides the gear curtain that was behind him that's been opened, almost like water. The walls are made of these tiny, delicate, impossibly crafted gears, and they're all moving. So it's weird. It's a strange, like almost like water flowing thing when you're looking at it, and you have that harmonic kind of chiming sound that's now getting quieter. but all the gears are still moving. But that's it.
Hmm.
It's a pretty beautiful room, though.
Hmm. I think we can go, but all the same, I take a gold and I put it on the altar.
Okay.
If I ask, I think you have the bag of holding, right,
Mhm.
Henri? I mean, Pan.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll ask for a gold as an offering.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you put it on the altar. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I will reach into my pack and I will unroll a small mismatched set of Smith tools, and I will pull out a single tool from the kit and I will rest it next to the gold piece.
Interesting.
Yep.
I think we're good. Let's go.
Yeah. Nothing happens. But yep. Cool.
Can I put a gold piece in the hands?
Yeah. So you put what, left hand or right hand?
Right hand.
Okay. All right. So if you put a gold piece in its right hand, it does close its hand and brings it down in a pretty smooth motion as well. And as it does that, behind it now is lit up more, and what ends up happening is that the gears that are in that hallway leading out to the exit, they descend and start to go back, and it's replaced with these metallic versions of buildings. It looks like an entire city, and it's moving going through it, and the city is like moving in front of you. It's an amazing sight, certainly worth a gold piece, and it's showing you it's showing you a moving city on each side. But these buildings are like nothing you've ever seen before. These buildings look, in our world, futuristic or whatever. At a game, this is actually a small city of Mechanus, but for you guys, it just looks like a very advanced city that you've never really seen before.
Whoa.
Yeah, but but it is pretty long. It's like 30 feet of this on both sides, and it's three-dimensional. You can actually look back into it, and it actually there's also buildings off into the distance. It's an amazing piece of clockwork.
Yeah, this is incredible.
We put a coin in the left hand? I can take it off of the altar and put it in his left hand if you want.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Okay, I do it. I can't actually reach it, so I give it to Vaz.
You just tossed up.
Yeah, so you can give it to he'll help you, and he puts it in, and as that happens, a song starts to play, and it sounds like the song is it's hauntingly beautiful, much better than the 10 like harmonic sounds that are going through, and it's just this really soft melody that starts to play in the background as well.
I'm gonna try and I want to try and play that song. I want
Yeah,
to
you
try and
totally
learn it.
can. Performance check. Yep. Make a performance check, and then yep. And you're gonna have to stay for the whole song. The whole song is 15 minutes long.
Okay.
But you can tell the group, hey, I want to.
I want to
Okay.
try and
Yeah.
learn this song. 23.
Yeah, you can.
There's
Yeah.
a dip
So
in the middle.
it's very difficult to play back. Just
Like
because you
Guns N'
learn it
Roses,
doesn't mean.
November Rain.
Yeah.
What?
Just because you learn it doesn't necessarily mean you'll be able to play this back every time perfectly. But
I can practice it.
but you are gonna write it down too, like you
Right.
know.
I was gonna
how to
say,
write
Umber,
the
you've
notes.
got paper and pen, you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I could join Pan and try to learn how to do this. I'm proficient in an instrument I've got.
Nice. Got a little. What's it called?
It's a very foreign but hauntingly beautiful sound. So this is definitely a song. If you're gonna copy any song, this is probably a good choice.
As Pan is playing it, I don't know how well I'd be versed in sheet music, but like, so I don't like, so Pan doesn't have to focus on two things at once. Would I be able to help them?
No, probably not. I mean, Pan's gonna have to write this down with the sheet music. So that's the thing. Like
If we
that,
have
that
to
that's
put
what her
gold
role
in
is
the
for.
left hand enough times, we'll do it. It's
I
fine.
was gonna say I'm pretty good in performance and I know an instrument that I'm proficient with too. I could help
You
write the
could,
music, right? Would that?
yeah, you could also help. That's fine. Or better yet, if Pan wants to like memorize the melody, which she's done with her performance check, if you want to actually write the notes down, you just have to do another performance check.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give it a shot.
It's a 14. Sounds good.
Okay. You're gonna have to do it twice. But that's fine.
Hey.
So 30 minutes. You're gonna have to spend 30 minutes in here.
All right, cool. I didn't mean to click that. Ignore that when that pops up.
All right, so you guys spend 30 minutes going through that. While they're doing that, does anyone want to do anything?
I'm gonna study this statue.
good.
Do I recognize the man at all?
No, but because you're the only one that would know anything about this, you have some guesses. Either he's an important person, or potentially this could be, oh, maybe this is some kind of like reconstituted Primus or something, who was the leader of the Modrons. You're not exactly sure. You do know
I'll be
that
right-
there's a Modron outside that you could probably ask, but other than that, you don't know.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. After discovering that it's safe to just move about the temple as we see fit, Shakulu will be at the far end of it, just waiting for the party to be ready to go.
Yeah. All right.
And how long did the cities last?
15 minutes as well.
Okay.
Each of these lasts 15 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, so Pan's just gonna be like humming that song all day.
And after realizing I put the offering in the wrong place, I will take back the little tool, seeing it's kind of just out in the open.
All right.
Okay, then I guess we head out after that.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, so there is a door in the back. This door is going to lead into another building. So you guys can when you're ready, you can go into that building.
Well, I'm ready. Hand on the
Yep.
doorknob, and open it unless there's any protests.
No. Brave of you to go
Alright.
first, though.
Lead
Yeah.
on.
Standing
Now
10
wait,
feet
what
back.
do you think you're doing there, buddy? That
Two
door ain't
thumbs up.
safe.
Uppy hands.
All right. So who would like to open the door?
Shakulu opens the door.
Okay, so first and foremost, Shakula, you go to open the door, but it's incredibly hot to the touch. So hot that it actually burns you, but you don't take damage for this. It's locked.
Shakulu like draws the spear from his back and spins it around a bit, and then I'm kidding. He like the back, like the hilt, the bottom of it, he like tries to push on the doorknob to open it without touching the door.
It is also locked.
Yeah, it's just it doesn't move much. It clicks because it looks like it's locked.
Anyone think they can pick a door without touching it? He like shakes his hand a bit. That it's very hot.
What's the door made out of?
The door looks like it's made out of wood, and the handle is brass.
Ah, food.
It's not glowing or anything, but it's hot. Yeah.
Should we try and go around, perhaps? Is there
I can
another way?
try.
I don't want
There's
you
a
to
way to
burn
pick the lock?
yourself.
Yeah.
What's
Is there a way
what's?
to pick it?
I'll look around. Is there any like windows or other side doors that go in the same direction?
There's not. No, it's just a wall at the end. It's a wall. It's a wall made out of stone, and then there's a wood door, with a brass knob. The
Well, if
brass is
there's anybody who can open it, I can heal you after. That's all I could think.
Cassidy's willing to try. Put some gloves on and roll his sleeves up and try his picks and see if he can get in.
Sure.
Might be magic, but it's worth trying.
Yeah. All right. All right, go ahead and do so this is what you'd have to do for this pick. So first and foremost, let's do an investigation check to see how you want to attack this. Go ahead and give me an investigation check on the door itself. With the lock.
Okay. Oh
That's all
gosh,
right.
14.
14. All
Although
right,
my
no, no.
passive is 23, by the way, if that matters. But
Yeah, so that's why I wanted you. So, so this is what you first and foremost. This is what you find. When you look at the lock itself, the lock looks normal, but when you start to think about like how to like attack this thing, and get the picks in, you start to worry about the doorknob being hot. And then you wonder if like this is some kind of strange like spell or something else. Then you think to yourself, it's you know what, it's not like burning, like it's not like deep red or whatever. So you go ahead and try to put your picks in and go through it. Give me a sleight of hand check on let's see how good. If you're proficient in the tools, you can use your proficiency, by the way. You get to use your proficiency
yeah,
bonus.
I am proficient.
Yep.
I rolled a 3 though, so that's a 11.
Okay. All right. So it's you're just not. This is a hard lock, and it heats up your picks and everything. You take them out before they get destroyed, but it also burns your fingers and everything else. You're like, this isn't easy.
Yeah.
You can try again a little later if you want, but for now, you're not gonna be able to pick it.
All right. Yeah, he sort of blows his fingers a little bit and goes.
Yeah. And you were smart enough to take the picks out before they damaged your lock picks, but it would if you kept them in for long enough, the picks would have got damaged.
After like 15 minutes, if you want to rest, Cassie, I can try.
Try. Sure. I also have a vial of acid on me, which isn't flammable, but I wonder if that might be another way to break the lock if we can't get through.
Possible, yeah.
We also don't know what's behind that door, though.
As Pan says that, Shakulu, he gets a bit of a worried look on his face, and he steps immediately, like not even a foot behind Umra as he gets down to like get ready to start picking the lock. And I'm just gonna say, if anything happens, like I'm imagining like a wall of fire coming out or something, he's gonna grab Umbra by the collar and just drag him out of the way.
Running action.
It's a ball.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
No, those would never show up.
Where could we find one of those?
So this sounds like it's not going to do anything, but I take out a small vial of holy water I have, and I just spray a little bit on the doorknob to see what happens.
Yeah, in this case, it doesn't react.
Okay.
It does sizzle though. It doesn't
No.
react in the sense that like it's
It doesn't-
doing
yeah.
much, but it probably sizzles because it's so hot.
Oh, okay. Never
It's
mind.
not
I
an
didn't think it was
undead
going to work.
zombie door.
It was a thought, you know.
Amanda, it's inspiration's a D8.
Yes.
Okay.
And what are you using it for?
The lockpick check. And I know this isn't trapped because
No. Just because the special thing is that if you're doing it for an ability check, you can roll it twice and choose which roll to use.
Right. You
Ooh,
also know
okay.
it's not trapped because of what Tyler had done. His spell. Yeah.
Fine trap spell.
Yep. Okay.
And then since I'm proficient, add +4 to that.
So 15.
Oh my god. Okay, so hold on. It's that plus that plus 6. So that's the same exact thing that Cassidy got. 14.
Oh, 14. Yeah, it's not enough. Yep. It is not enough. You could try. You're also at least like daft enough to not have your lockpicks like damaged. You guys so you still have like 15 more minutes anyway. You can do one more try today.
Can we go outside? Wait, before we do that, maybe we should ask the Modron outside. Maybe he could tell us, give us a little help. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Go for it. Go for it. Yeah.
I run outside and I
Not
ask.
a bad idea. Maybe they have a key.
Yeah, it'd be easy, wouldn't it? I ask, hey, hi again, it's me.
Yeah, you find that he's worked his way off into the other side, but you're able to find him, and he says hello.
Hi, we can't get into the other building on the other side of the wall. We can only go into the beautiful building part.
Oh, I don't think you're meant to open that door. And he goes and walks into the temple with you. He actually takes your hand though, Greta. Do
Oh,
you take his hand?
sure.
Okay.
Hi.
Yeah, and you see Gretna walk in with this 3 foot tall pyramid shaped Modron. And
Aww.
he
Bill
points to the
Cipher?
door. Yeah. He points to the door and he says, I don't think you're supposed to get in there.
But we want to.
Can I try to open it before he notices and say, "Oh yeah, look, we got the door. The door's open, so they must want us in there." Presuming he makes the check.
You can try, yeah. You can try, yeah. Yeah, if you want to try to lockpick it real quick, go for it. You can try.
Unless I get advantage, I roll a 12.
No, you don't get advantage, yeah. So you,
I can't figure it out.
yeah, he just goes through and he says, and he says, I don't think you're supposed to open it, but I mean, I'm not going to stop you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what's on the other side?
I've never opened it.
Mm.
I stay right here. And he says, I've
Okay.
got my work.
Okay, thanks. Thanks a lot, though.
He says, no problem, and he waves.
Bye.
Bye. I wave
The
back.
wall. The wall outside, in between the two. What's that made out of?
The wall is made out of stone.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try something, guys, outside. I'm
Oh,
gonna
I'm
try
sorry.
and still.
You can also the wall between this area is also made out of stone too.
I'm gonna try and stone shape up entrance.
Right. So you have two options on stone shape. You can do outside, or you can actually the wall that the door is connected to here is also made out of flagstone. So
I
Nice.
will ask everybody. What do you think? Just the wall right outside? Oh, I can
Yeah.
probably cast it more than once, so it doesn't matter.
I think it's a great
Wait,
idea.
sorry. What level
yeah,
is
you can
stone shape?
bypass.
Stone shape is 4th.
Just cause if I ritual cast silence, I could try and knock the door.
Ritual cast silence, then hard cast knock.
Yeah. Which
Huh.
would unlock it.
Why do you need to cast the silence?
Because it's very loud.
Yeah, it's
I don't want I don't want
Yeah,
everybody in
yeah.
a mile radius knowing that I am casting a spell to unlock a door, which is two different flavors of don't do that.
That's what I thought. The only interesting thing with knock when you do the silence spell is that I thought it had a radius. Hold on. Let's see if that works. Yeah.
Silence is a 20-foot radius spear centered on a point I choose.
Yep, correct.
And then if I center it on the door, I just have to be 60 feet away from the door, and the door is the knock comes from the target. So if I cast it on the silence on the target, then the target won't be able to make the noise.
Yep.
So I have to be outside of the range of silence to cast the spell, but if it's within the range of silence, it doesn't make the noise.
Yep. Yeah, the 300 feet thing is the thing that I was looking at, but it does say that it is allowed knock audible from as far away as 300 feet, so that's fine. Yeah, I buy into that. That's good. That's fine.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, so then yeah, because then if I ritual cast silence, I'm only using the 2nd level spell slot for knock.
Mm-hmm.
So I will do that. I will sit down on the ground and start ritual casting for silence centered on the door.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you guys do that. We'll fast forward to that. You do cast knock. It does seem like it unlocks.
Good. Nice going.
Well, we still have to see what's in there because I really hope we aren't about to let something out. And if it's very hot, it might be something that's very bad to release in a place with books.
At that, Jakku, he pulls his shield from his back and holds it in front of him and spear forward, getting ready.
So it's unlocked, but you still have to open the door. Yep.
Oh, okay. He inches forward little by little.
I'm just gonna place a hand on your shoulder and instead of touching it, I'm going to reach out with Mage Hand.
Yep.
I'm going to turn the knob.
You can turn the knob and it's unlocked, and you have enough force. You have the 15
Um,
pounds of force to open it if you want to.
I'm gonna ready a spell.
Okay. All
And
right.
if
So
everyone's
you
ready,
open it up
hello.
and you see a swirling, what looks like maybe portal. You're not sure. A swirling like mist of like elemental fire that's surrounding it. It does look like it's portal of some kind though, because off into the distance, as you see the fire, you also see large structures.
Shakulu flinches when he sees the glow, and then as his eyes adjust, he
Yeah.
oh.
You can actually feel the heat and like a breeze coming through as well.
Is the doorway a room, or is there a portal in the next room?
No, it looks like it's a portal on top of this doorway of some kind. There's not even like a millimeter's worth of leeway. You open up the door, and the only distance is the door frame, which is only like 4 or 5 inches, if that. And then there's just swirling portal. And you can
Uh,
feel warm. You can feel the warmth and the heat.
I don't know about this.
I look back at everyone unimpressed.
Hmm,
Maybe
I
we
don't
should
think.
shut this door again and walk away.
Yeah, I'm vote. Yeah.
I close it with Mage Hand.
Okay, yeah, you're able to close it with Mage Hand, and it just goes back to how
How
it
about
was.
we maybe the stone shape idea?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Open it. Everything's on fire. Just close it again. Just walk away.
We're
Not doing
going
this.
back to hell. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna walk out and stone shape the wall outside. I think that's just get out of here. Just
Yeah.
you know.
A
So I
tasteful
try that.
archway.
Yeah, that's fine. So where do you want a stone shape?
Either I'm thinking I can't tell exactly if there's a wall there where the tree is right here, I think, or if it's easier to do it right here. But one of those two places.
You go through and you walk outside. You go to cast stone shape, and you're like, ah, damn it! It does take the spell slot, but you're not able to cast it.
That's right. Of course I'm
Yeah.
not,
Yeah.
asshole.
Yeah. You had forgotten, but yes,
Yeah.
it's yeah.
When
Okay.
Gretna walks back in, Shakulu's pointing at the far wall of the temple. Like I thought.
Yeah, I'm stupid. I know.
So here's the thing though. Here's the thing. You're only like here with that door. You're not actually out here. It's not like the portal is here. You're actually in. There's still building to go here.
But you said that there was enough building there with a stone wall that I could do it inside also.
You can do it inside as well. Yep.
I try it again. Oh wait, let me hold it. Let me say that I gotta cast these. All right.
Yep. Yeah, there is. There is actually plenty of clearance. Yeah.
After reminding everybody. Okay. And now I do it again.
Okay, so you are able to open up. It's a 5-foot thing, right? That's what yours.
Oh wait, I did it in the wrong spot. There we go. Okay.
I think it's 5 feet, right? It's like 5 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you open up the wall, and kind of to your horror, the whole area is just giant swirling fire portal to the point that it's like super hot over to the side and it's all swirling. You're like, oh, that sucks. But it is there. Yeah.
So
You
we
are
just
now.
can't.
Now you could now. Here's the other. Now here's the other complication. This hole exists unless you stone shape it back.
Yep, my last 4th level spell slot. There
Yep.
it goes.
Okay.
I get rid of it. Oh, yeah, I would.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you go.
I've
through and
used
put
up
it
all
back.
of my.
Yeah, and Greta's like, Greta had.
Damn
What's
it!
the range on that?
Damn
by the
it!
way? What is the range on that, Greta? What's
On
the range of that spell? You have to be
stone shape, I
touching
think
it.
it's. Yeah, I had a touch.
Yeah, so you're like sweating. It's like super like hot and
Jeez.
yeah.
All right, that was useless. How about we climb over the wall? Maybe we could do that, right?
It is probably climbable. Yeah.
Ah,
yeah.
I start cursing in Dwarvish.
Yep.
Suddenly, a very angry little person.
How many people thought like the entire session is just getting to this fucking building? Like it's crazy, isn't it? All of Candlekeep is like this. Just wait, guys.
That's the adventure.
Yeah.
Surprised we haven't been assailed by like book demons or some shit.
Oh, you'll see.
Her
It's all over the place. You'll see. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I go outside.
Okay. Yep.
and ask Vaz if he can like climb the freaking wall. The obvious thing to do.
Now the walls, this wall and the internal wall is like 60 feet. It's still dangerous. It's still tough, but it is only 6 stories or so.
Oh, I can handle 6 stories. That's no big.
Well,
I
bring the
think
rope
there'd
up.
be more stories in Candlekeep.
Whoa.
Leave me alone. I'm a bard.
Nice. I think we lost Vaz now, yeah?
Yeah, I think he said something about his power.
Oh yeah. I guess there's
Yeah.
a storm out there.
We're down to
Yeah, he said
5.
there's a storm. Yep.
I might
Yep.
cut out soon. I'm not. My service is weird here. I'm on a trip, just so
Yep.
you know.
Okay.
All right, so we try and climb the wall. If
Yep.
the little bunny can, hop up the wall and just with some rope, a couple of ropes tied together, that would be helpful.
Sure, I'll try it.
And maybe
Yep.
secure it up there on something.
Well, he's not very strong, but yeah, by all means, you can probably. So first, all you have to do is get the rope up there, but it has to be secured in some way to climb it. So
I mean, if Vaz was here, he'd probably use the grappling hook thing
yeah,
that he had, but
yeah. No, I mean, I'll actually let him do. I can roll for him on that too.
We also have a grappling hook in the bag.
ah,
Yeah,
okay.
one of you guys can try as well.
I got 13.
Well, that's what. Once we get the grappling hook up, that'll be good enough to climb up it. So that's good that you rolled. But somebody's gonna have to make a strength check to throw it up there, though. They're pretty heavy too, and you got to throw it 60 feet in the air.
Okay, I guess. Oh God, I guess out of this group, I'm the strongest now. Okay, this is gonna be fun.
No, no.
Who?
Yeah,
Oh,
Shakulu. Yeah, Shakulu.
thank you, Shakulu. Thank you.
I'm somewhat insulted, madam.
Yeah, Shakulu, you go for it. You can try to throw that up there. It's not too difficult. Yeah.
Athletics or straight strength?
Athletics. You can do athletics.
Okay. Shakulu, he like has the rope in left hand, the head of the grappling hook in the right hand, and he gives it a little bit like a foot and a half, and starts spinning it, and 5 on the dice for a total of 12.
Yeah, so you go through and it slams into the wall and like knocks down. It's made some noise now too. Like it's definitely a loud noise. It hits it. You don't actually hit it though. It hits just shy of the wall, slams into it, and goes down. You're like, oh crap.
Can I try again?
Yeah, you can. You can.
Okay. There we go. 21 total.
Yeah, so the next one, you actually get in, you find a secure place. I'll let you use your roll, Cassidy. It takes you 5 minutes. This is not a graceful climb. You slip a couple times, but you get up there. You are now up there, and this is what you see, Cassidy. So, as you start to look out here, you see that huge tree, and then you see that there's like this maybe it's like a pool or something. You're not exactly sure on the other side of this, but it's like this very nice looking crystalline pool. And then you also notice that when you get up to like right here or so, on this side of the wall, you actually notice that it looks like a tower. So it's super confusing. Like the optical illusion like changes, and it does look like a tower that has like a garden now on the top of it. So anyway, you are able to pretty safely, like as long as you can get a rope down here, nothing there's no like people looking at what you're doing. You could probably just climb down. Yeah.
I'll walk in place so people can climb up first. Let everyone get upstairs.
Yeah. Yep.
And then I'll lead the way down.
You guys want to all climb up?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'll let Voz help you, Greta. That's fine.
Thank you.
I need his help. I got a -1 strength.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll for him twice. First time though, it's fine. The first he's able to get Gretna up. He is gonna now with all this climbing. I'm gonna give him a point of exhaustion, by the way, since he's had to do this a bunch of times now. But anyway, he's able to get you up.
How far
Gretna,
down is it?
I'm holding
the
his
other end?
tail.
60 feet. 60 feet. So it's not. You don't want to just jump. You're gonna have to bring a rope or something. But yeah.
I don't know. I could probably just jump.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, if you're willing to take the damage, you can. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna jump. He's gonna say, "See you down there," and he jumps off and just sort of like slows his fall a little bit by like grabbing onto the rocks and just falling at like an accelerated pace. He can take 30 hit points of damage off of whatever damage he takes from a 60-foot fall. So if you want
Okay.
to roll 66 or whatever,
Yeah.
I'm banking on you rolling under 30.
No, that's okay. I'll let you roll it too. You can roll it. It's totally fine. I'll let you roll your fall damage.
Okay.
So 60, 10?
Sid, no, it's 66, right?
Mhm.
Oh no, it's oh,
Yeah,
Yes,
maybe
66.
I think it's yeah. The fall damage is ridiculous, and it should be more than that, but yeah.
20. I'm fine. He goes, "Yeah, hey, come on down." I just have to exploit my monkage. I need everyone to see my monkage.
Yeah.
So he
Yeah.
does like a cartoon fall and basically like jumps off. He walks off and goes, "Doo-doo-doo," and his little feet move underneath him as he falls to the ground, but he's fine.
Yep.
Once everyone is up and on this part of the wall, Shakulu's just gonna like pull up the rope and like unhook it and then hook it onto the other side so we can climb down.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it doesn't matter. That's fine. Yep. All right. So everyone that's climbing down that's not on something though, just give me a quick acrobatics check.
Okay,
Or
I
athletics.
didn't
You can do
expect
either.
Vaz to help me going down, so I'll just up is one thing.
Okay.
So
Oop.
Who got the
looks up,
6?
ready to catch somebody.
That'd be me.
I'm sorry, was that acrobatic? Okay, acrobatics.
No, it's fine. So yeah, so this is what ends up happening. You slip.
Oh.
Both actually. So
Race
both
to
of
the
you,
bottom.
both of you slip. So here's the thing. So go ahead. Just roll 5d6, Umbra. You actually slip at the top. You're gonna have to roll 66.
Good.
Yeah.
How
not
do I do that again?
terrible.
That's not
that's
that bad actually.
Yeah.
How do I do that again? Exclamation point.
That's like 19% of your hit points,
Exclamation
though.
point R and then
Yeah.
60, 5d6.
I said 19. I meant
I'm
19.
sorry, just R?
I laid 5. Yeah. Bang R or exclamation R space 5d6.
Okay.
But
And
you
then,
actually have
No,
to
I
roll-
did 66. Yeah,
Yeah, you have to do 66.
I know.
Yeah.
It's actually 24% of my hit points. Thank you very much.
Oh, you rolled really well.
31.
Oh my god.
Holy crap.
That's 3
Oh my
sixes.
god.
I'm actually also looking up, just so you guys know, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna do this anytime soon because I need to balance it out.
Okay.
But there's better rules for this and better rules for this because honestly, falling 60 feet should actually be detrimental to you. But it's okay for now. It's
We're
fine.
heroes.
So yeah, exactly.
Jeez, I
Yeah,
finally roll high and
that
it's
is
on
the
my
hand wave.
damage.
Yeah, that is the hand wave. But yeah, so you slam in. So the only reason I'm gonna say the only reason why you guys actually do end up surviving is you end up falling on some of the other party members. That said, it's you also fall in a way that just doesn't hurt them. But they are surprised and go through it. Shakula, you take the brunt of this. But yeah, you help with their fall so that they don't break their necks.
Oh
But
Jesus.
This started out to be such a nice day.
now this is what you see when you hit. So it is a very serene, eerily calm, eerily silent area with this giant autumn-like tree in the center with a small pool. Notice that building. The building looks like it's the actual stones that are actually go through it. You know this right away, Gretna. They're not stone; they're clay from the outside, which is
Ooh.
strange. very strange. And the roof has like a yellowish golden like look to it. Now the this is a very large, very high building that looks like a plus with that eye in it. There's also a giant tower, as you guys can see through that, and then there's that strange, serene, mystical, almost look like pole that's there. The door is shut. Very silent, very peaceful though. All these little areas, all these little courtyards are very beautiful, by the way, and it looks like it's been expertly kept. The grass is always perfectly cut, all that stuff. Almost like, a golf course is immaculately put in. This is how these are too. They must have avowed monks in here doing that. So,
Huh.
okay,
And
so you
there
are
doesn't
at the area now. Yes. So now, if you want to get back, it's always going to take you. It's always going to take you, and someone will roll for this going through it. Minimum 3 hours to get from where you're at to here. So it takes you a minimum of 3 hours to get to this thing. It'll get easier now. We won't have to go through all this to get to it. But now that you've been to an established area that you're trying to get to, you can get back to it.
Nice.
Yeah. If you roll badly, it can take up to 6 hours to get here.
Jesus.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm thinking we started pretty early in the morning. We like just
Yeah.
started it.
Yeah,
So
because we
it's
went to
still
bed early.
yeah.
Yeah.
At most, it's
Yeah.
noon right now. At
Oh
most.
yeah, it's actually like 11. You're not in yeah.
Yeah. Shikalu just like walks into the courtyard, like gets the lay of the land. There doesn't seem to be any commotion from us tumbling down the wall, right?
Nothing. You guys are super surprised at how like empty these areas are, but they're empty. Yeah.
Is there any iconography or plaque around the tree?
So, okay. So when you start to look at the tree, there's a couple things that really start to stand out when you get close. First and foremost, the tree itself has what looks like these veins of glass going all the way up it, which you've never seen before. That's strange. Inside the glass, when you start to look at it, it looks like you can see within the tree. And there is a strange orangish sap that's bubbling and going to the top of the tree. So that's strange. There's no plaque or anything else, but the tree itself is very large, very beautiful, and like I said, it's like very it's the same color as like an autumn tree, as if the leaves have changed.
That's interesting.
While looking around, Shikalu will like take a closer look at this pool. Like, is it natural? Is it a well?
Yeah, so you go through and you look at the pool, and the pool is the water is crystal clear, and it also has a prismatic sheen and a prismatic effect when you look down into it. You can see that it's very, very deep. You can't see the bottom, but it's also crystal clear, so you can actually see the walls on the side of this pool, and they go very far down. It's all made out of like a white stone, like marble.
Ooh, that's so pretty.
He like right hand takes a scoop of it, like gives it a sniff. Is it water? I don't trust the sheen on it.
So
Okay,
you
yeah.
dip your hand
So
in it.
yeah, so you
Yeah.
go through and dip your hand. Dexterity saving throw.
God damn it. Save. There it is. My proficiency
Bardic.
though is crazy.
Okay, yeah. So, go ahead with your. You gonna try to do bardic inspiration?
I don't.
I was gonna
Panic
say you don't
sing.
have time. You don't have time. Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
have time. So it's fine.
It's
So
fine.
anyway, he goes
Do
through
I-
and
Do I
yeah,
fail because I might use abdominable for this?
you do fail. Yeah, you failed.
Screw it. I'll let it happen.
Okay. All right. So as you go through and you reach into the pool, a hand made out of water reaches out and literally pulls you into this pool as well. It does it incredibly quickly, and you're 10 feet down. Make another dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Oh my god, that's a natural one. I'm indomitable rolling that.
That's fine. You can. Yeah.
Remember Shikulu?
Good thing you saved the indomitable roll.
Yeah, for a 12, so I don't think that helped very much.
Better
Okay,
than that
so
one.
so in 6 seconds, so this is what ends up happening. So in a round, what ends up happening is Shkreli gets dragged into this pool immediately, and he it's happened so quickly that everyone's like stunned and they don't know what it's doing. Now it tries to drag you down 50 feet, and you are able to shrug this off. Do you have a swim speed? You're just normal swimmer, right?
Yeah, no, average humanoid as far as swimming is concerned.
All
I'm
right, you're
gonna
gonna have
jump
to
in
make.
after him.
Okay.
Ooh.
You if you jump in after him, you can help him with his athletics check. You will have to make a dexterity saving throw at the end of this span, but go ahead and you jump in.
Oh no, I'm gonna drown.
So so go ahead and give me a with advantage. You can do an athletics check.
Ooh,
Pen, you're
advantage.
helping. Yeah, you're
Hmm.
helping, Pen. You're also distracting this thing
Yeah.
too. Okay.
That's the first roll, and that's the second. Highest one was a 15.
All right. So it is enough to get out of the pool. Dexterity saving throw, Pen.
Okay. 22.
Okay, yeah, no, you actually effortlessly push this thing off. This is a so as it tries to grab you, Pan, it's a being made out of pure water, but it goes to like grab your foot, and you're able to easily like navigate that so that it does not grab you. You push water against it and it goes through. But you're able to get out of the pool.
Do I like see anything in the well while I'm down there?
The only thing that you saw is that the being does look like an outline of pure water. If you had to guess of
Like a
what
water
this is,
elemental?
yeah, it looks like it could be a water elemental, yeah.
Shakulu he like rolls when he gets out of the pool and like stands up like spear pointed towards the pool like thank you. He like glances over his shoulder at Pan.
Pan is not out of the water yet because I was just about to say that Pan is going to say in Primordial, please stop attacking me.
Um, do one more dexterity saving throw for me, because it doesn't say anything yet, but now now that you've given it time.
13.
Yep. All right. So this water elemental grabs you and drags you down with it 10 more feet, and it says in Primordial, it says, "Why are you in my pool?"
I was trying to help my friend.
Another dexterity saving throw.
Jesus Christ.
14.
Yeah, it drags you down 50 feet.
Oh God.
And it says, and it does have you grapple, but it hasn't hurt you yet, Pen. And it says, "Don't you know it's rude to go into other people's homes?"
Did it drag her down to a total of 50 feet down, or dragged
No,
her an additional?
70 feet. She's
Oh,
if Shakulu had failed that second one, he probably would not have made it out unless you guys could have fought that thing off.
Pan is gonna
You probably
realize like the elemental is right and be like, I truly apologize. I did not realize anybody was down here, but you were right. It is rude, and I should not have done that.
And it looks at you, its eyes flaring back and forth. It's clear that it realizes that you can actually
Breathe
know
underwater.
breathe water. Yeah, exactly. And then it like thinks for a second, and then it says, "What will you give me for your friend's trespass?"
What could I give you for my friend's trespass? What would you like?
Some token to show me that you are sorry.
Hang on, let me just go through what I have.
Yep.
I will say at this point Shakulu's back at the pool, standing at the edge, like
You could barely see Pan. She's 70 feet down, and it's
yeah.
pretty terrifying. Yeah.
Overhand, like he's holding his spear up in the air, like getting ready to toss it, like spear fishing. But he's like, at this point, he's not sure he'll even hit anything.
Also, I do want to say it's weird. I think Erasmus put the gauntlets in the bag.
I saw there was.
They're
Yeah,
in
I
the
was gonna.
bag. I didn't put them in there.
Yay!
I swear I did not put them in there. I don't know if you want to like try and message him or somebody, but like I'm looking in the bag right now and it says they're in there.
Gauntlets of ogre power.
Yeah, that is strange. I'll look at something else later to tell you.
Yeah.
Because the reason why that is strange is because he needed those gallons for something else. It's fine.
Oh,
I'll,
yeah.
I'll look at it later. Yeah.
I just thought it was super weird because I'm going through all the items in the bag and
Yep.
I'm like, oh.
Yep.
But
Yep.
I'm going to well, I can't. I'm going to say would I be able to have my hands free so I can take the item out that I plan to give you?
Yeah, it does. It does. It holds you by the hand, like your
Aw.
wrist. It doesn't hold your hand. It holds you by the wrist, but it does let you. It does let you have your
Okay.
free hand in, so you can grab something. Yeah.
I'm actually going to take out the crystal vial of hasting.
Okay. You give it to that.
Mhm.
Yeah. It looks at it, and it takes your hand away, and it says fine, and it goes down further. Now that you're down here, now the light starts to dim at around 70 feet. It's actually pretty dark, but then you look down, it's much deeper than this. This is hundreds of feet deep at least. But anyway, you are able to swim back up if you want to.
Thank you. I'm sorry again.
Yep.
I swim back up.
Yeah, and it does say before you leave, it's like make sure your friends do not come into my domain again.
I most certainly will.
You see,
Go ahead.
Cassie's up there wearing like a little jumpsuit, and he's about to dive into the water.
Yeah.
Shukulu extends a hand to help Pan out of the pool. Like, are you okay? Like, I know you can breathe underwater, but you
Oh,
were in there
yes.
for a while.
Oh, yes, I was just talking to the elemental down there.
You can.
Nobody else go in the well. There's somebody living in there, and it is rude to trespass on their house. And
Noted.
Pan's gonna turn to Shukulu. Do not touch the rainbow water. If we find rainbow water anywhere else, don't touch it.
Right. How about this? And he gestures towards the building. Like, they did
I
say it was alive.
I think we should have started there.
Is that rainbow water? Then if it's not, then I don't have any clue about it. I have very few things I know about, and one of them is water.
Wait, like, Pan actually would have known, like, if she saw it, like, oh, that's an elemental.
No, but I would have seen the
Okay.
water and been like, something's up with that water.
Ah, okay.
The fact that you
Shukulu's
immediately dipped your hand in, Fan was just like, really?
This looks weird.
I drink it.
I smack you upside the head.
Okay, I get it.
No, that was to Umber.
Oh, okay.
No,
if you
like,
moved,
I was.
yeah, but like if anybody moves toward the water, I'm gonna like smack their hand away.
I wasn't. That was out of character.
No, I'm saying like if anybody does that, like out of character though, like that's fine.
Yeah.
I had to give him one of my items. I had to give it one of my items. But I'm safe. Didn't hurt me. It also, I think the main goal is to drown people, and I couldn't really be drowned, so.
Lucky us.
I mean, we did also, again, go into its house.
I feel like I'm not the one that should do this, but Shukulu will go to the side of the main door and like just feel the wall. Like he's interested in the.
Why you're just so touchy feely?
Yeah, but show me where. Show me with your.
You're like a little kid. Why are you touching everything?
All right. Oh, the side. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you can.
Because like he's interested in the concept of a living building, and he's just like, does it breathe? Can I feel
so
a
here's the thing.
heartbeat?
It is made out of stone, but as you get close to the door is made out of brass. And it's a giant metal door made out of brass. And as you get close to it, eyes open, a mouth opens, and it looks at you. It looks a little scary, but it looks at you and it says, "Can I help you?"
We request permission to entry. We are seekers.
Seekers. Tell you what, I'll let you in if you give me information that I don't have already.
We believe the Faerun are returning.
Tell me something I don't know.
Did you know that?
I did know that. Now, again, tell me something I don't know. I will also accept gossip about the little men with the purple cloaks.
Hmm. I heard one of them has been going on expeditions that lose many. God, the name escapes me.
Avowed?
Yeah, that lose many avowed, and he keeps somehow convincing them to keep coming with him.
In the
Oh, that
far
weirdo! Remember
the,
that weirdo? He wouldn't let me inside.
in the far
Hmm.
Yeah,
realms,
he
there's a
had all
forbidden
those
library.
people.
Hmm. Yes, there is a forbidden library in the far realms. Yes, it does seem like there are individuals among you that are interesting. And he says, "Come over here." He's, he says, "You small rabbit folk, come here in front of me. Let me see." And then he motions for Vaz to come in front of him as
He
well.
comes up shyly and,
Yeah.
and sort of
How, if it's just eyes and a
sheepishly.
mouth, how does he motion? Does like the doorknob point?
No, so that's the thing. He's motioning with his eyes.
Ah,
He's
okay.
taking his eyes and motioning to go. And what he does is he says, "Let me look at all of you."
I stand
Tries
up a
to
little
cool.
straighter.
I
Yeah.
also walk up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm positive he's not going to find me interesting, but I walk up to him.
You're very interesting, Gretna.
Nah, to this guy. But thanks anyway.
Oh, he says, "No, I need better gossip, better information."
I heard one of them talking against all the other ones, like, and he had stripes. He had like those red stripes going down, and he was talking to all these little disciples, but he wouldn't let me in. And he's just like describing like the weirdness that he saw by that temple, and they wouldn't let him in.
Yep. He says, He says, "Not good enough," but says, "Maybe you can do something for me."
Hmm.
Shakuli, you're gonna see Umbra look at you.
Chigul like grinds his teeth a little and he says no. And what was his name? Out of character, did we ever get the name of that the demon that was basically harassing us as we got vanned?
Did you get the name?
Our characters. I think I know who it was, but
No, I don't think so. Yeah,
damn, okay.
He gave something close to it.
yeah,
Yeah.
Didn't give the actual name.
yeah.
Yeah. Um. Hmm.
He gave it like backwards or something.
Ah,
So
smart and very demony. I like it. There was a colony of drow worshipping some sort of chaos god. Not anymore.
That's enough about that. We don't talk about them.
mm.
Uh,
He says, "Well, that would be enough anyway. But perhaps you could do something for me, and I will let you in. I will lock myself. You're free to go in, but you have to do this for me first."
uh,
He said, "Well, we'll try a couple things, but first and foremost, do you see that annoying tree behind you?"
That's a big
Yes.
tree.
Yes.
very beautiful.
Yes, cut it down, burn it, something. Something to destroy that tree, and I will let you in.
Hmm.
I don't
That's
Wait a
think we
that's that's
minute.
can.
my first request.
What did the tree do to you?
I don't like the way it looks. Been
I
looking
do
at that
not
tree.
believe that for a second. Is it lying?
You can do an insight check
Can
on the
I
door if you want
insight
to.
check the building?
You
Yeah.
can. You can. Yeah. Now this is just a door, and by the way, it will tell you this too. This is this may not talk for the whole building. It might be multiple things sentient, but yeah.
I don't think my roll went through, but Pans did. Let me see if I can get mine to work.
I got 25.
25. So even though it's hard to realize if the door is lying or not, it's certainly not hard to understand that there's more behind this. It doesn't look like he's lying necessarily, but it does look like there's more to that story.
Mm.
I probably have something you don't know. I'm going to motion Gretna over in front of the door.
There we go.
Yeah. Go ahead. I walk over to the door. Not
This is
crazy about the
Gretna.
door.
She has no deep, dark secrets. She lives a life that has no deception or darkness in it. She lives a pure life. No gossip, nothing. I bet you've never seen someone like her.
Nice try, but that's not very interesting.
I
And
think it's
nor
incredibly interesting.
yeah. So, cut down the tree, burn it.
Have you ever seen someone from one of the domains of dread?
He looks at you and he says, "Are you going to tell me that you are from the domain of dread?
One of them.
Tell me how to kill a Dark Lord. And verify this information, and I will let you in."
I see. I escaped. I didn't actually. It wasn't my domain of dread. It was someone else's.
The only way to escape a domain of dread is to kill the Dark Lord. How
You'd be
did you
wrong.
escape?
We had to steal an artifact that kind of got us teleported out, and this and that.
Not interesting then. So, the tree?
Uh,
Are there any other doors?
Yeah, I
So,
don't
so,
like this
so
door.
as you start looking through, you don't have to do an investigation check for this. There are not in this area. Um, you would have to climb over the building in order to see if there were doors on the other side. Um, but you will find out, unfortunately, too late. Although you've seen it from the thing that it does go up against the wall. I'll let you just know that, even though this map is wrong.
Is there a
It
way to
doesn't.
do an illusion to trick the door, like to show, like, yeah, look at us destroying this tree, and like
Well,
anyone
there
able to
there
make an
would be if
illusion
it
to trick
wasn't
him?
so big. Yeah, if you guys had the illusion spell, the problem is that the it's a huge tree. That's the real
Spell won't
problem.
work. It
But
will
if you put the
fly.
illusion
Yeah.
closer, so it's a smaller tree
I
that's
was about to
closer,
say,
we
and
can
I was
play
about
with
to
the depth
say,
perception,
once you go
occluding
and
it.
cast the spell, unfortunately, you'll
Oh, it
need
wouldn't
a
work.
spell slot.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be vague so you cast your spell and eat your spell slot, but
Yeah,
that's the
wasted.
reality. Yeah. Well,
That's true.
yeah.
I
No
will say to
tricks.
the door, the issue is that we can't really create fire at the moment. We all of our methods of creating fire were taken at the door because this is a library.
Cut it down for me.
We could chop
That'd
it
be,
down.
yeah, that would be
Yeah.
fine.
I just wanted to check and make sure that it was not chop it down and set it on fire because one of those things we
No,
cannot do.
you can chop it down if you wish.
I don't know. I
We
don't
actually can't. We're not allowed to destroy anything while in here.
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, maybe.
If you let
Actually,
us in, well, go ahead.
I will give you another task. Find the fourth reader named Variel. Throw him in the well. Then I'll let you in.
I don't think we can do that either. Do you have anything less violent?
Attacking people is also against the rules, unless it is in self-defense.
So, girl, do you see anyone in here? You can totally get away with it.
I don't know that that's true.
If
He says,
if
okay. Go ahead.
if you could prove that he was from a domain of dread, would that be enough?
No. As a matter of fact, um, he says, it doesn't matter, but, well, if you're not willing to chop down the tree, you're not willing to bring me that avowed, maybe we can do this, he says.
Well,
Are
the
you
deal
saying
was
an exaltation? Yes?
yes. I mean, the deal was
Good.
that we show you something you've never seen before, never heard of before, and I don't think
Yes.
you've ever seen someone from a domain of dread. That would be new, would it not?
No. But worse, it has to be something that I care about. I just didn't give you all of the information. So, this is what I want instead. Go into exaltation on the fourth library. Just ask where that is. There is a crystal key in a room in a box. Shouldn't be too hard to get. Bring me this crystal key, and I will let you in.
What? Chikulu points his like the hilt of his spear at the door and like looks at the party like, I'm not about this guy.
Like, just are you willing to stab the door and just?
You could try. Yeah. There's nothing stopping you from not stabbing the door or anything like that, but
Yeah.
he says, "Will that work? Do we have a deal?"
What does the key do?
I will eat it. I will eat the key.
With a keyhole?
No, with my mouth that I'm speaking with you in, I will eat the key. You see, I have my own plans and designs for Candlekeep, and therefore that's why I'm asking you. Otherwise, this library is off limits.
Who are you?
Yeah, he says that is privileged information. But as far as you're concerned, my name is Door.
Door is in Door.
Yes. Now this library has vast amounts of knowledge. Yeah, no worries, Cassidy. We're actually over. This library has vast amounts of knowledge, and I assure you, everything within it is worth everything that I am asking for.
Is he lying?
You can insight check.
Oops.
He doesn't appear to be lying to you right now. Yeah, he doesn't
I'll
appear.
do it anyway. Oh, sure. Now I get freaking 22. 22.
Yeah, he doesn't appear to be lying.
Oh, I wish.
I wish he was.
I'm gonna kill him. No, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna kill him. I want to kill him.
Well, this is what we'll do. We will stop. We will stop for here because it is over time. We will start here next time. And we will. Yeah, we'll just start the thing from here. And because Zira couldn't really go through because of the train and everything, I'll probably let her catch up. I'll talk to her. Let her catch up with you guys. But yeah, we'll just start from here, and I can't stress this enough, but you'll see like everything is like this in Candlekeep when it comes to travel. Once you get in, though, the good news is that you can go back and forth. It just takes time, so you can't actually go back to Exaltation. You have to go through all that again. But each one of these traveling to these places, depending on where you go, could be an entire session. Just so you know, sometimes it will involve straight up just combat too.
If we ask him a shortcut back to Exaltation, would he offer any information?
He what? So he would if you give him a good reason on why he should give it to you.
If we were going back to do the thing he just asked us for.
Oh yeah, then he'll tell you. What he'll tell you is that there is a secret door along the wall here that you can access, and if you get into that door, he says just to go through the courtyard, go through the under portion here. Should be pretty simple. You are going to have to scale one wall, and then you'll have to climb up this area to get into back to Exaltation. But you can do it that way. It'll save you some time. But then you have to go into an area that you're unsure of. And remember, he did say that this was the most dangerous part of all of Candlekeep is in here.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna kill the door. I want to kill the door.
You could try, yeah. You do have a +2 spear that could probably nick into bronze. You just don't know what will happen. But
Poke an eye.
Yeah.